Welcome back to the Eston Sports Academy and another action-packed night of K1 Rules Kickboxing from Contender Promotions. I'm Casey Oxendine, and I'm joined by my friend and esteemed colleague, Cyrus Fees. Cyrus, this card is stacked from top to bottom with 18 electrifying bouts.
Without a doubt, it's all topped off for the 70 kg Pro Grand Prix tournament, which consists of fighters from all around the world, Lithuania, Angola, and Holland, all boasting competitors for this historic clash of skills.
Well, without further ado, let's get down to the ring for our first bout. It's Liam K taking on Team Contenders Nathan Ransom in a 60 kg Junior K1 bout.
Fight number one, Casey, here we go. It's Junior K1, 3 1.5-minute rounds. In the blue corner, Liam K. In the white trunks, Nathan Ransom, Team Contender in the black.
You know, a lot of people think K1 is completely based around adult competitors. This is not the case, man. These are youngsters, and they're coming out doing it like full-on adult superstars.
That's right. Liam K starting off here with a nice combination, getting split up here. Of course, K1 rules, no clinching allowed, no elbows most likely, and here we go, big kick here to the head.
And of course, you've got to look at Nathan Ransom fighting out of Team Contender. You know, this kid, he comes with, very highly touted, and I'm anxious to see how he plays out. He's giving up a little bit of reach to Liam K here, though.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, fighting on Contender Promotions and coming from Team Contender's got a little pressure on your back here for Nathan Ransom being the first fight of the night. Well, he needs to perform.
Well, to say it's the name of the game is...
Yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. Pun intended. Working the leg kicks, Nathan Ransom. Liam K really putting the pressure on him here.
Yeah, staying tight, which is sort of surprising. You would expect with that reach advantage that Liam K would try to keep it on the outside and pick that jab.
You got Liam K fighting out of Ragworth Fighting Arts.
Look at this round already coming to a close, already a lot of action. Always exciting to see these youngsters. You know, youth K1 in the UK has really exploded. And, you know, you're going to see the generations of the future right here in Contender Promotions.
I agree. I agree. Round one over. And, you know, I like what Nathan Ransom did coming there to the end of the round. Liam K, I think, dominated round number one. But that being said, you never can tell. You never want to leave it in the hands of the judges. So we'll see if this thing makes it that far. Round two, Junior K1 rules. Liam K, blue corner. Nathan Ransom in the red. Let's go.
Well, I gave a slight edge to Liam K in that first round. A little bit more active. If I'm in the corner of Nathan Ransom, I'm going to say come out strong. Take these next two rounds. Make sure you got it in the bag. And look at that. That's what he's doing.
He is. He's really starting to catch fire here.
Sticking that jab. Beautiful combinations. Look at those. Slipping up, you know, up top with the punches, down low with the kicks.
You're absolutely right. Ransom is eliminating the reach of Liam K, getting inside that guard and really doing work. Very impressive. But here comes Liam K doing his own work here, putting on his own offense.
Right back on it. These juniors are so exciting to watch.
I agree.
You forget that these guys are not even grown adults.
Yeah, they're definitely fighting like adults, no doubt about it. Great technique from both fighters. A lot of training has come into this fight.
So now you start to see, as the action is slowed down from that first burst out of the gate, you can see that the technical skill really starting to shine here from both competitors.
There he is, Ransom, going to work here. They're going to break him up. Just 15 seconds left of round number two. Who's going to take the end of this round? This may very well be even after two rounds.
Liam K coming on right now. Nathan Ransom, he really needs to make a point here to take the second round.
It's going to be close, and that is round number two. Hard to call that one.
Very, very close. Like I said, it could be 2 rounds to nothing from Liam K. If I'm in the corner of Ransom, I might say you need to really come out strong.
The third and final round, Casey. This is where it all comes down to.
Oh, wow. And Nathan Ransom, he must have heard me in between rounds. He came out with a head of steam on him. Look at this, the push. He knows he's got to make his presence felt right now if he's going to take this fight.
That's right, Team Contender on his back. Nathan Ransom. Nice hook there by Liam K. Nathan Ransom is doing what he should have been doing in round number one, and that is getting in the face of Liam K.
This fight could be 1 round apiece. It could be. But Liam K, he did a lot at the end of that second round. He could have swayed the judges, so it could be 2-0. Nathan Ransom really needs to turn it on. He needs to keep moving. I know the fatigue is setting in with both competitors.
Yeah, just 1.5 minute rounds, but man, that's a long, long time when you're in there fighting and throwing punches and kicks like that.
Heavy pace, and just 30 seconds to go in this round.
This is what it comes down to. Who's got it deep down? Who's willing to work for it? Who's willing to take this win? Is it going to be Liam Kay or Nathan Ransom?
15 seconds. It's all on the table right here. Nathan Ransom makes a big push into the ropes.
Final moments of round number 3, and this one's going to go the distance as they wrap up there for the final seconds. Looking forward to getting the decision on this one. I don't think it's clear-cut, Casey.
It's not clear-cut at all.
Liam Kay edges it out.
I expected it. I think that Kay definitely took the first round. It was very close in the second. Nathan Ransom probably took the third, but what a great fight tonight.
Very, very strong fight.
Well, Cyrus, what a great showing of athleticism from these young competitors to kick off this card.
Next up, a 60 kg bout pitting Liam Million from the Dungeon Boxing team, meeting Cooling's James Roxburgh. Let's head down to the ring.
Fight number 2. Here it is, Casey. In the blue corner is going to be from Dragon Okinawa Boxing Team, Liam Millions.
Everybody knows about Dragon. These guys are superstars here in the Contender Promotions ring.
And then Roxburgh in the black and the yellow.
It's fireworks already out of these two.
Wow.
Up and down, hands to feet. Beautiful work here.
A lot of action here in the early first 20 seconds. It's 3 2-minute rounds in this fight, and these guys are non-stop.
Guiling's James Roxburgh, he is not intimidated in the least by the pedigree of Liam Million from the Dungeon Okinawan Boxing team.
Look at the reach advantage, Casey. I mean, and here's what it comes down to. We saw it in our last fight.
The reach means
Can he eliminate the reach, though, by getting inside? Roxburgh is trying to get inside the guard there and just trying to eliminate that.
We've got to get inside and stay inside, because if you have to slip those long strikes every single time, it's very, very difficult, because you run right into a flying knee, as you saw right there.
You're absolutely right. Big, bony knees there from Liam Millions. Those could cause a lot of problems for Roxburgh. Ooh, nice shot to the body by Liam Million. He must be giving up 5 inches at least.
Yeah, but Roxburgh doing what he needs to do. He's making Liam Million miss, and then he goes in and makes him pay for it. And that's what you have to do here.
2 very strong teams here in the circuit. Dragon Okinawan and, of course, Guiling.
Million just brutal with those knees. He really knows how to place him. He keeps Roxburgh on the outside, and then he hits him with that jab. When Roxburgh's on the inside, he's doing very, very well.
He's working the body, and that's what he needs to do. He needs to slow down Liam Million. 60 kgs.
And one thing you can say about Million and all of Dungeon Okinawan Boxing team, just because you're taller and longer doesn't mean you don't have some inside striking.
Sure.
And you're seeing it here.
That was a tough one.
Slide
Round
edge.
number 2.
Slide edge to Liam Million, but James Roxburgh had some really nice exchanges there. It could go either way.
I agree. Lethal knees from Liam Million. I love watching these knees, man. He's real good at leading with that knee and landing it to the body. And that's going to wear out James Roxburgh. Might not be a night at the Roxburgh. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I forced that. Splitting him up here. 30 seconds in. Very even in the second round. Takes a lot of work to get inside there and to eat a few strikes like Roxburgh generally has to do.
That's right, and with K1 rules like this, once you hit that clinch, it's going to be a break. So, you know, there's a lot of work that goes in to getting inside on the part of Roxburgh.
Right.
When he gets there, he loses it all.
You see it right there. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's hard for a fighter to get in there and work like that, you know, not get stopped. Because you can see it. It happens all the time with this clinch. But give Roxburgh credit. A lot of heart he's trying.
Yeah, both of these gentlemen definitely in this fight. Astounding the crowd here at the Eston Sports Complex. as always, Contender Promotions putting on a fabulous show. We're already seeing that here just in the second bout.
All right. Just 30 seconds to go here in round number 2. Really getting things started here. And, of course, some of our sponsors, I want to talk about Yokow, the thaifightingstore.co.uk. One of our great sponsors here, UK Plant Traders. Can't ever forget about plant trading. It's a big deal. Grosvenor Casino, Renault, so many great sponsors.
I'll say this, Roxburgh really coming on here in the last few seconds of this round. It seems that that Million may have kind of have blown up a little bit.
You're right. You're right. You can see it in his face. He's breathing heavy. Roxburgh may have come in and stole round number 2.
It could be one round apiece right here. It's anybody's game.
Yeah, you're right. And he leads with a big strike there. Liam Million.
Great combinations by Roxburgh. I'm very, very impressed. And as we discussed before, it is not easy to step inside that sort of reach over and over again, but he's doing it. Look at that. Finishes with a beautiful right leg kick.
Million just has to get distance to be effective, and Roxburgh's not giving him any distance. He's not getting into the clinch right now.
Not at all. Beautiful overhead right, body shots, everything from Roxburgh. I think he's kind of taking over here.
You see Million, each time they get separated, he leads with a big knee or a big kick. Right there. And there goes Roxburgh doing what he has to do.
Timed well by Roxburgh.
Took him a little time, but now James Roxburgh is looking like he might be in the driver's seat. A few more of our sponsors here: AWM, Long Hill Environmental, SC Henderson, Bell's Property Solutions. So many great sponsors here at Contender to make this thing happen at the Eston Sports Academy.
And check this out, Roxburgh with a beautiful overhand right that landed. Oh, big shots right here. Million could be in some trouble.
Roxburgh really taking control here, coming into round number 3. Kind of hit his stride in 2 and now 3. It's been all Roxburgh.
Roxburgh doing exactly what he needs to do. He senses the fatigue on the part of Liam Million, and he is really coming on strong in this 3rd round. He wants to take this fight, bring home a big victory for Quay Ling over one of the most renowned teams in all of Contender. We're talking about Dungeon, Okinawa boxing team.
Right. Here we go. Final seconds. Who's going to take control? Is it going to be all James
Million
Roxburgh?
comes on at the end there.
Whoa, and he eats a big strike.
Slip, or is this a knockdown? We're going to get a count.
Wow, I think it's going to be a slip. Wow.
What a way to end the bout.
You saw the face there, Liam Million, though. It looks like he got tagged.
And Roxburgh takes it, just as I thought, man. A huge victory for Quay Ling and James Roxburgh over a very talented opponent.
Wow.
And there we go, another solid matchup here on Contender.
Unbelievable, but now it's time to kick off the 1st round of our 70 kg Grand Prix as Angola's Ronaldo Santos takes on Urtaza Hayter from Spirit Dojo. Let's take it down to ringside. Contender Promotions World 4 Grand Prix Tournament rules. In the semifinals, we have 3 3-minute rounds, no extra round in the semifinal bout. If we have a draw after 3 rounds, the referee will select a winner.
Here we go, semifinal matchup here. It is Santos taking on Hayter. It is Santos in the black with silver trim, and it is Hayter in the silver with black trim.
That's right, Ronaldo Santos all the way out of Angola. You see the tattoo of Africa adorned on his back.
No doubt. Then, of course, Urtaza Hayter from the Spirit Dojo, being cornered by the one and only Contender Promotions champion.
Daily.
You got that right. He's got dynamite in those hands.
You see this. I guarantee you, Urtaza Hayter knows how to defend
Whoa.
the left hook, and he knows how to throw one. Wow.
Nice, quick left hook there from Urtaza Hayter. We're going to call that one a slip.
Look at this heavy leather on the part of Urtaza Hayter.
Oh, man, he's going for the home run shot right out of the gate here. He's seen what his coach can do, and he's trying to replicate that.
Say this, Ronaldo Santos didn't come all the way from Angola to lay down.
No doubt.
He's pushing the pace as well.
He is. And of course, remember, the main event tonight is going to be the winner of these two semifinal matchups. So one of these men is going to punch their ticket to the main event here at the Eston Sports Academy.
It's an international affair. We're seeing fighters from Africa, Lithuania, Holland, and of course, as you mentioned, the Spirit Dojo.
That's right here in the UK. Strong fight here, up in the air. Both fighters really bringing it here in the first minute and a half.
Oh, another big overhand right by Terza Hyder.
Oh, we're calling that one. That one is a knockdown. He went down to his knee there. He connected. And now Ronaldo Santos getting the first count of the night. Put him behind the 8 ball here in round number 1.
That is crucial right here. Ronaldo Santos, he's got 1 minute to come in and do something. He's going to have to land a knockout of his own or a knockdown of his own. Otherwise,
yeah, you're right.
He's down around for sure.
Oh, yeah.
10-8.
And here he comes. Trying to make a push here, trying to bring up some of his own offense and trying to do a little damage is Ronaldo Santos. Terza Hyder trying to hold on here in round 1.
Another catch and a big overhand right by Terza Hyder. Can he keep this pace up? That's the question. Right. These guys are swinging hard for the fences.
We got to believe their conditioning is strong. Both come from very strong teams. And of course, the Spirit Dojo, man, their reputation speaks for itself. 30 seconds left. Ooh, it connected.
Ronaldo Santos.
That's what he needs. He's got to slow down Terza Hyder.
Another big shot.
Santos coming on here.
Clean.
Look at those kicks.
He knows he has to come on strong. He knows he needs at least a knockdown to prevent that 10-8 underscore.
You're right. Less than 10 seconds left. Santos is going for the gusto here, going for the big shot. And it looks like we're still going to probably end at a 10-8 round because of that knockdown.
That was a crucial. And I would say the round was very, very close other than that knockdown.
You're right. It's round number 2 here. Terza Hyder, Ronaldo Santos. One of these men will move on to our main event tonight here for Contender Promotions. Absolutely.
Ronaldo Santos definitely needs to come out and land some big shots here. He needs to take this second round because he dropped that first round 10-8. It's not a good spot to be with a talented athlete like Terza Hyder.
Spirit Dojo in the house tonight. Paul Daly barking out instructions. Very accomplished fighter and a very accomplished coach. Now Ronaldo Santos kind of taking control of the ring here. Staying in the middle of the ring and just kind of controlling the action.
Still filling out. You need to watch for Terza Hyder to step in and land big shots off of one of those kicks. You cannot become complacent.
Right.
If you're Ronaldo Santos.
Certainly not when you're down 10-8. And here we go. Ronaldo Santos trying to set something up and then walks right into a combination from Terza Hyder.
Now that things have slowed slightly, it looks like that Ronaldo Santos is sort of settling in a little bit. And as soon as I say that, he gets caught with a big looping left hook.
Here we go. He's stalking right now, Ronaldo Santos. Trying to look for a strike here, going to the body with his kicks. Problem is he going to leave himself open? That's something that we've seen a number of times.
It could be that Terza Hyder blew up a little bit in the first round. He got that 10-8. He fought very, very hard, and it could be he's resting up for the third. He knows he took the first one, and he took it decisively.
Well, that could be the instructions that Daly's given him, but at the same time, you know, in the back of his head, like I said, he comes from a coach that goes for the knockout every time, and I think Terza Hyder would like to do the same here. He'd like to make a statement.
Yes, and you can't let the momentum sway too much because you do that and you can end up face down on the mat.
And here we go. Once again, Santos generally backing Hyder up.
This is what the fans here at the Eston Sports Academy have paid for. It's Contender Promotions.
That's right. They have a reputation here. They've put on some amazing fights before, and you're seeing a little bit more of that right now with this 4-man tournament, 70 kg max.
These styles so different, and that's what you get when you have an international affair like this Grand Prix.
Right. It's about 30 seconds left here in round number 2. Nobody's really taken a definite edge in this round. They've both kind of canceled each other out, so they need to have a strong end to the round maybe take it.
Well, Santos may have a slight edge because he has controlled the center a little bit more. He's been a little bit more active. Hyder has had his moments in the round, but I'll say this, even if Santos takes it, it's still going to be a 10-9 round. That's going to be 1 point up still for Taza Hyder. If Hyder takes the third round, he wins the bout.
Final seconds here, and that is going to be it for round number 2. Once again, kind of up in the air, and you're right, he did control the ring. Ronaldo Santos did, but was that enough to steal the round? I don't know. Once again, never want to leave it to the judges. Lord knows Semtex never does.
No, and I certainly think it's up in the air. If I were Ronaldo Santos, I would really be pushing to put an end to this bout because he very well could be down 2 rounds to nothing, and in 3 points, that's a 10-8 and a 10-9. So it's really going to be hard to take it on the judges' cards if you're Ronaldo Santos.
Here we go, third and final round, and you just saw Daniel Sam, the big heavyweight, the big super heavyweight, in the corner of Ronaldo Santos. So you got Daly in the corner of Hyder, and then Daniel Sam in the corner of Santos.
That's a lot of horsepower in those corners, man.
That's right. Superstar coaches here. Also, remember, Daniel Sam was the headliner for this event, but his opponent had to pull out due to a work visa. So Daniel Sam couldn't fight tonight, so he's in there with Santos trying to live vicariously through his fighter.
Yeah, signing a few autographs, I'm sure.
No doubt. A big catch for Contender Promotions, Daniel Sam. 30 seconds in, filling each other out here.
This is a lot more like round 2.
Wow, Ronaldo Santos just kind of threw him.
Pushing the pace a little bit. Now, if Ronaldo Santos, let's say that.
Whoa, nice spinning kick.
Let's say that Hyder took round 1, 10-8. Let's say Ronaldo Santos took round 2, 10-9. If Ronaldo Santos takes this round 10-9, then we have us a draw.
That's true. That's very true.
That very well could happen. What do you do then? You go that extra round.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I hope that's what it is. I mean, that's what they have to do. We're talking about a 4-man tournament, so.
We have to have a main event, Cyrus, and what a main event it's going to be.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
already seen so much out of these competitors. The next bout, of course, the second qualifier round for this tournament, and then it's going to be lights, action, everything in this main event.
I can't wait. These 4-man tournaments are what it's all about. One-night tournaments, I love watching them, and it's just kind of a staple here at the K1 community.
It says something about the competitors. Really, the competitor that can continually step up and fight 2-3 times in one night, it really shows the character of these fighters.
Oh, definitely. It shows their stamina, shows their conditioning, what they're all about. Once again, not a lot going on here in the third and final round. You would think they'd be fighting with a little bit more desperation. We've seen some crazy spinning kicks here from Ronaldo Santos. Oh, and he leads with a big flying knee.
The pace has been so feverish, and I'll tell you, he landed a huge left hook to the face of Taza Hyder just a second ago. That one zapped him a little bit. Man, Hyder right back in the face of Ronaldo Santos.
I agree.
I definitely have Santos ahead in this round as well, though.
Could be enough to bring up a draw and get that extra round. Let's see if they show a little desperation and see if we get some action here in the last 30 seconds. Nice little combinations here, trying to work that jab. Here's Ronaldo Santos, the Angolan fighter, stepping up.
20 seconds to go in this round. What are we going to see? Are we going to see Hyder come out to take and secure this fight? Or are we going to see this fight go on? Because like I said, I think we're really, really close. We're tied up after 3 rounds.
I really do like Ronaldo Santos here in the third round. Unless we see something crazy here from Taza Hyder, I think we could be walking right into a draw. Of course, it's going to the judges, Casey, and you just never do that.
And I think that Ronaldo Santos tried a rear naked choke there. He wanted to take Hyder out any way he could.
Well, Daniel Sam got his fighter up there. Let's see if it was enough. Let's see who takes this fight.
Ronaldo Santos takes it.
First it was a draw, and then since there has to be a winner, they give it to Ronaldo Santos.
Well, Ronaldo Santos really controlled the second and third round. You know, in the first round it was very close, but there was that 10-8 round.
Yeah, Paul Daly looks a little upset.
Well, one finalist has been decided, and it's now time to see who he will face in the second 70 kg semifinal bout.
Well, let's get down to the ring as Alexander Akimov from Lithuania versus Holland's Agan Masoud. Let's see what they got for us.
Contender Promotions World 4 Grand Prix Tournament rules. In the semifinals, we have three-minute rounds, no extra round in the semifinal bout. If we have a draw after 3 rounds, the referee will select a winner.
All right, it's our second semifinal here, as it's going to be Alexander Akimov from Lithuania in the blue corner, and the red corner is Agan Masoud from Holland.
Look at this apparel we've got here. We got one guy. We've got Akimov in standard Muay Thai gear, and then we've got the gladiator,
the fighting
from
skirt.
Agan Masoud.
I love the fighting skirt. Makes you think of Melvin Manhoef. And here he comes. Man, no doubt about it. He's got that spirit from the Roman Colosseum. Agan Masoud doing work here, fighting out of Holland.
These guys have come to play. Oh, nice catch and a beautiful counter.
One of these fighters will meet Ronaldo Santos in our main event tonight.
Wow, these guys are throwing for the fences. Hard strikes here coming out of the gate in the first round.
We saw it in that first semifinal. A little bit of the same here. Both fighters really trying to get the W right out of the gate. And like you said, Casey, this first round is always very interesting.
And again, you see this contrast of styles that you only find in international competition. Lithuania versus Holland right here.
Love it. There we go, working the body a little bit is Akimov, the Lithuanian fighter. Really tight punches, tight, strong punches. Really, it's been Masoud that's kind of controlled here and is keeping him in the corner and just kind of teeing off.
In the corner, you see him using those hands and then finishing it off with a beautiful leg kick.
I think controlling the ring is so important, and keeping your opponent in the corner just gives you so many opportunities.
Masoud's so fast here.
That's like the third flying knee that we've seen in this fight, and we're only a minute and a half in round 1.
Well, again, this is what I'm seeing that from Masoud that kind of sets him apart, is he's so good at coupling his hands with his kicking combinations.
Oh, yeah.
Where it looks like Akimov, a little bit more, he'll throw his hands, then he'll throw his feet. They're completely separate. Masoud, he is very fluid here.
Well, Casey, he's fighting out of the Mecca of K1 here in Europe, of course, in Holland. So many great gyms. That is literally just commonplace over there in Holland. Such a big deal.
Another big left leg kick there by Agan Masoud. This guy's keeping the pressure on.
Oh, he is. He really is. Masoud there in the fighting skirt in the red, and Akimov in the blue. And Akimov, he has nice strikes. He's just not getting a chance to let loose here. Masoud just kind of smothering him.
Well, they're singles, and he's not putting his strikes together. It's very effective to throw big punches and then go low with those kicks. They're not expecting it. They're covering up the upper body, and those kicks, they land so hard.
Another flying knee attempt there from Masoud.
Masoud's just in control of these things.
He really is. Very impressed with Masoud here. He catches the leg here. Just kind of slower attacks coming from Akimov. Not only are they one strike, but they're also kind of slow. And Masoud easily takes round number 1.
10-9 Agan Masoud.
Very impressive. Round number 2, can Akimov answer and come out here and have a dominant round? Otherwise, Masoud he just might be too much, might be on another level here.
Look at that counter right hand back to the left head kick. Agan Masoud is really effective with his striking.
Oh yeah, just technically sound. Everything he does generally is connecting. Whereas Akimov, man, he just, like you said, he's not stringing his attacks together.
Masoud looks as fresh as he was at the start of the first round.
Just bouncing.
He didn't come out and blow up all crazy in the first. He is very strategic. He keeps Akimov right on the end of his strikes.
You're right.
Just unable, but again, that is the best combination that Masoud has thrown, and then it is answered by Masoud almost immediately.
You're right. Here he comes. Agan Masoud working again, putting them together. Akimov just trying to look for an opening. It is really hard to get things started when you're backed into the corner. Not a good place to be for
And that's one thing about K1 rules. If you're in standard boxing, you beat up the body, beat up the head. in K1 competition, you have all 3 levels. You got the legs, the body, the head, all getting pummeled and beaten up, and that affects the fighter as the bout goes along.
I agree. And remember, you're right. You don't want to blow up, like you said before. I mean, one of these guys is going to move on and have an entirely other fight going on here in the main event with more stakes, higher stakes against a great opponent in Ronaldo Santos.
I'll say this, if Akimov were to advance in this fight, he is going to be so beaten up. They're going to have to be back in the back, massaging those legs out, making sure he can come out for this next bout, because it changes, like you said, whenever you have to face 2 opponents in one night.
And here you go. Hey, Akimov is really starting to come on here.
Definitely coming on. It looks like Masoud with his mouth open just a little bit. He's got to watch out for that. You can get your jaw broken in a New York minute.
Or a Middlesbrough minute.
Middlesbrough minute.
Less than a minute left here as Aja Masoud now getting backed into the ropes.
Masoud coming on. He really needs to keep this pace. It's very important that he win this round.
Oh, I agree. He's coming in with those knees. Masoud might be in trouble here. He is up against the ropes.
He's either in trouble or he's fatigued here.
Big time fatigue, I think. I don't think that pace that he had in round number 1 is going to keep up.
He's going to give up this round, and it could be that he caught a hard shot. There were a lot of body shots coming from Akimov. It could be he caught one in the liver or to the body, and it's really changed the pace of this fight.
Wow. Oh, how the tide has turned here in round number 2. At first, it looked like Masoud was going to keep his pace up, but now Akimov is doing work and just kind of teeing off, throwing big knees, and really beating up the body of Ajin Masoud.
Akimov may have swayed the judges in this second round. We're going to go to a third, very close fight.
I like Akimov in round 2. Time for our third and final round, and what a big round this is going to be. I think Akimov comes back in round 2, so this is going to be interesting.
Look at that show of respect, and then back to punching each other in the face.
Casey, remember, February 28th, we'll do it all again, 2015, right back here at the Eston Sports Academy.
That's right, and of course, you can't forget about 5-Star in Dublin, Ireland, my friend.
That's right, that's coming up as well as 3 Grand Prix tournaments coming up in 2015.
All right, Masoud back on it, pushing Akimov back into the corner. Looks like Masoud's going to do some work here.
He's have a big round number 3. His corner definitely needs to put the desperation out there because he did not take round number 2, not in my eyes anyways. And here we go. Masoud stringing them together.
Right back to those punch-to-kick combinations. So smooth.
Long, long way to go here in round number 3.
It's Holland versus Lithuania. Who will advance here tonight at Contender Promotions?
Here comes Akimov. Trying to take control, run those knees again. Just look how much energy and how much fatigue it put on Masoud taking all those knees in round number 2.
And Akimov here, he's throwing the lazy teep from the outside. He needs to watch that, man, because Ajin Masoud, he will come right on and counter hard. What Akimov needs to do is get in with those body shots. He appeared to have possibly hurt Ajin Masoud in the second round with those.
Knees again.
So much fatigue here, but these guys are warriors.
It's almost like a Rocky fight. Each fighter will come in with a big flurry of strikes, and then the other fighter will trade and do his own. Great back and forth fight here, especially in round number 3.
This is the hottest ticket in town right here.
Oh, you gotta believe that.
And a huge props to Gary Bell for the matchmaking here at Contender Promotions.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Gary, Mick, Cavan, all these guys, they put on an outstanding show from start to finish, and we're seeing it here. And we're not even into this is the 4th or 5th fight of the night.
Oh, you're right. Really setting the pace for a great night of fights here, and they're tied up. Both fighters definitely fatigued, feeling it going into the 3rd round. One of them will meet the Angolan, Ronaldo Santos.
That shot dropped Akimov, bent him over.
Yeah, you're right. His legs are hurting right now. The leg strikes have definitely been very effective for Masoud here in round number 3. Look at him.
Masoud coming on.
Akimov's having a hard time standing up on those legs right now.
And I believe it's evident to the judges as well.
Those things are going to be black, blue, purple, a rainbow.
Ooh, and then Akimov comes right back, a beautiful straight right to the jaw of Masoud. Oh, Michelle lands a beautiful leg kick.
Another minute, and I think it would have been a TKO or a KO to those legs.
Right. Who takes it?
It's going to be close regardless.
I got Masao.
I like Masao too.
Masao, man. The damage that he caused there at the end of the round, which was evident by Akimov, I think he takes it, but who knows? Just may have seen it differently. And it was.
Ajin Masao moving on. He's going to take on Ronaldo Santos in our main event tonight. That is happening here at the Eston Sports Academy.
The finals for the Grand Prix have been set, and we're going to see how that unfolds later tonight.
But now let's take it back to ringside for more action as Gareth Britton from Kuei Ling takes on Andy Hollis from the Manor.
Here we go, next matchup here. Casey fighting out of the blue corner there. It is Gareth Britton taking on Andy Hollis from the Manor. It'll be Britton in the black and gold. It'll be Hollis in the white and blue.
The Manor being represented for the first time here in the Contender Promotions ring tonight.
Manor, a very, very tough team. Along with Mickey Terrell, the big Contender Promotions and Super Combat Superstar. Working in with those legs. Look at Gareth Britton going to work tonight.
Big right hand by Britton.
God, this might be an early fight here, the way he's throwing him. That being said, he's going to tire himself out throwing non-stop strikes like that unless he really catches a break here and really hurts his opponent.
Well, Andy Hollis, he is actually very refined. He needs to keep his hands up, but he's taking those shots well. And if he weathers the storm, it could come back to haunt Gareth Britton.
You're right. It could leave a big opening here for Andy Hollis. Just kick after kick after kick has to wear you out more than throwing multiple punches. Those kicks use so much more of your body.
Well, and the combinations of the punches and the kicks, I mean, you've got to run that blood flow through your legs, through your arms when you're throwing those hard shots. It's not easy. It takes its toll on the body.
He's already slowing down a little bit, Casey.
And there we go. Now Andy Hollis coming back.
Oh, nice counter there. He really connected with that right hook. And it may have done more damage than Britton's done here in this whole first round.
Britton still stalking down Andy Hollis.
Probably going to do enough to take round number one.
Oh, absolutely. Gareth Britton takes round one, undoubtedly, unless something happens here in the last 15 seconds.
Which you can. Only one strike, that's all it takes. Remember, only 3 2-minute rounds on this one. Two young, up-and-coming fighters. Now Hollis starting to come on a little bit here in the last few seconds, but you're right, Gareth Britton takes it decidedly. But now going into round 2, things just might be a little bit different. And we're going into round number 2, Casey, and let's see if he can keep that pace up. Let's see if he can throw all those strikes here in round number 2. I would be very surprised. This might be Hollis' chance to make a comeback.
Well, Britton's coming out with some beautiful pinpoint strikes here.
He is.
And again, I said this in the first round, I don't like how low that Hollis keeps his hands.
Oh, yeah.
It could be doomsday. One well-placed shot to the head, a kick or a punch can end the bout. He needs to keep his hands up.
Well, and I think what it is, I mean, Britton, he's throwing a lot of body strikes, throwing it to the leg, but that being said, it's just going to leave a huge opening there to the head if he throws a big strike.
Gareth Britton looking to take the second victory tonight home for Team Kuei Ling.
No doubt.
These guys are so present. Well, and they're so present here in the Contender Promotions ring. These guys come to fight, and as I say that, Andy Hollis lands a beautiful overhand shot.
Casey, don't forget some of our great sponsors. Our press conference was held over there at the Renault dealership, Grosvenor Casino, where the after party is going to be tonight. Just a couple of our huge sponsors here for Contender Promotions. And here we go. Gareth Britton showing a little wear and tear there. Trying to throw the overhand right and just getting tied up with Andy Hollis.
Still Britton with his hands up high, pushing the pace, driving Hollis to the corner. He hasn't hurt Hollis yet, but you know, he is keeping the pace on so strong. Hollis really hasn't had a chance to implement his skill set.
Very, very tough fighter here in Gareth Britton, and he's really surprising me because I thought he was going to slow down a lot more, and really it's kind of the same pace that we saw in round number 1, smothering and just continuing to throw strikes.
Grinding it out here in the Eston Sports Academy.
5 seconds left, and it looks like Britton's going to continue to push.
2 rounds to zip for Gareth Britton.
That's where it should be. That's where I see it as well, Casey. Round 3, Andy Hollis is going to have to start going for the fences. Round number 3.
Crunch time for Andy Hollis.
Oh, yeah.
If he wants to take it, he's got to get it here, and he's probably got to finish this fight.
At least get a knockdown.
Yeah.
At least get a knockdown. Oh, and right when you say that, he lands a big right hook. Stuns Britton, but Britton, man, he's feeling it.
Britton coming on strong.
And it's 2-minute rounds, a little bit shorter than what we've been used to with the pro fights. And I think Britton may be able to keep his pace up. His conditioning looking on top of the game.
Big shot by Andy Hollis. But Britton continues to stalk him down.
Like you said before, Quay Ling, just one of those teams that are very ever-present here in Contender Promotions.
Very
successful. Britton continues to push the pace here.
It's all Gareth Britton here in the 3rd round. More of the same. Rounds 1 and 2 certainly went the way of Gareth Britton, and it looks like he's on his way to taking this bout. But we still got a minute left, Cyrus.
Sure. A minute's a long, long time in one of these matchups. Andy Hollis, a proverbial punching bag for the last 2 rounds.
Hands by his waist, so dangerous. I fear for the health of Andy Hollis.
Isn't that where you tell your fighters usually to keep their hands, Casey? Keep those bad boys in your pockets. Here we go. Gareth Britton going to work, running those leg kicks, running the body kicks. Damn. What a fight he's put together here tonight.
And truthfully, Hollis looks worse for the wear. He looks more tired than Gareth Britton, who has thrown nonstop throughout this bout.
Tell you, if this is a pace that Gareth Britton can continue throughout his career, he's going to have a very successful career.
10 seconds to go. Will Andy Hollis be the Cinderella man with one well-placed shot?
I'm not seeing it, Casey. 1 second left, and that is it. 3 rounds in, and it was all Gareth Britton. I'm smelling a unanimous decision.
Yeah, but great action in this fight. A lot of push, and yeah, I had a good time with this.
Let's see the official decision.
As we thought.
No surprise, no surprise. What a nice win for Gareth Britton tonight. Very impressive performance here in Middlesbrough.
What a great night of fights so far, but we're just getting started, Casey.
Well, that's right. More cutting-edge K1 action as 2 prominent UK teams collide in the 90 kg division. Check it out as George Patterson from the Dungeon Okinawan boxing team faces off against Greg Police from Spirit Dojo.
Here we go, Casey. The big boys fighting it out here. 3 2-minute rounds, 90 kg. George Patterson out of Dungeon in the blue corner, and Greg Police out of the Spirit Dojo.
2 diverse styles coming at you, and some heavy leather right out of the gate.
Whoa. Oh, man.
He's throwing big shots.
They're going for the knockout right out of the gate. They're throwing as fast as 70 kg.
George Patterson's bobbing and weaving. Greg Police almost ducked into a big head kick.
Looking like Floyd Patterson out there. Maybe not. Hey, here we go here. Of course, in the red corner, Greg Police there in the black trunks, and fighting out of Dungeon, we got George Patterson. He's fighting in the red, the blue, and the white UK colors.
A little bit of reach there by Greg Police, but it's not really coming into play here. These guys are just swinging.
They've already started slowing down. Boy, that first minute was hot. Big Brad Conway, our referee here, always in charge here in the Contender ring.
Regulating.
Man up. And here we go.
All right, now.
Police.
Now Police using that range a little bit. And as I say that, Patterson back with some big shots.
Dungeon, Spirit, 2 gyms, always very present here at Contender Promotions. 2 of the top K1 gyms along with Team Contender.
Police looking good with his hands. I don't like where he's carrying that left hand, though. One well-placed head kick by George Patterson. Whoop, big curtains, man. These guys are huge.
God, if one of these guys doesn't go down, I'll be very surprised and disappointed. There we go with Patterson, bobbing and weaving, looking for the body shot, trying to set up a nice combination.
Yeah, Bleeze with that left hand really, really low.
I like the sway there.
If
I like the bob and the weave.
If I'm Patterson,
going to the body.
I would stay away from throwing any right shots, wait for Police to drop that left, and hit the bomb.
Wow.
What a first round.
Ugh. We always try to play judge, and I don't know how to call that one.
Very close. I'm going to say Greg Police. I think that once that initial flurry was done, he controlled a lot more with the jab, with the range. I've got it 1-0. Greg Police.
That's right. Police, of course, Paul Daly in his corner there. Semtex trying to give a little encouragement.
And these guys already burning up the leather in the start of the second round.
Oh, yeah. Same pace they kept in the beginning of the first round. Good Lord, there goes Police backing up Patterson. That's the way to do it. Keep control of the ring.
And Police with those hands still at his waist.
Police keeping hands down. And Willie Patterson's been doing a little bit of the same there, going with the leg kick.
Again, if I'm Patterson, I would be looking to work primarily on my left side.
Sure.
Lull Police into a shot and then bomb that overhand with Police with that left hand low. That's what I would be looking to do to finish this bout. Because I'm going to tell you, I know Patterson, this guy has some serious heat in that right hand.
Oh, without a doubt. These guys are really
big looping left hook there by Patterson.
Both these fighters are really going to have a strong future. There's 3 2-minute rounds here. Oh, and going to work. Oh, and here comes Patterson trying to fire back. Less than a minute left. Police maybe thrown enough strikes to take this round so far. But, oh, man, any shot could take one of these guys down.
By Patterson. And I'll say this, Patterson really needs to come on right now. It looks like Police is a little bit fatigued.
Stalking is Police, the Spirit Dojo fighter.
Patterson looking for that overhand.
I don't know what he's, kind of an interesting little move he was doing there, Patterson. Almost kind of looked like he was doing the chicken dance there, setting up his strike. I assume he wasn't. So we're gonna get a warning here. I believe there was maybe an incidental shot.
A low blow.
Yeah, he's checking out the crown jewels. They usually keep those at the Tower of London. Here we go.
A little rest. No, there's that overhand right.
Oh, man. Patterson comes out of the break.
This could have swayed the round for Patterson right here. He hurt Police with that.
Ooh, that was the most significant strike of that round.
Cyrus, that's what I was talking about all day. I said, set up that overhand. It's there.
Round number 3. This one is close. Razor thin. Police taking on Patterson. We've had a great fight here in the 90 kg division, Casey. I love the big boys.
Police still with that left hand, riding low by his waist. And it seems like he would have adjusted that, man. He caught a huge overhand right in the second round by Patterson.
You would think the Spirit Dojo coaches would tell him to get those hands up, but sometimes you get in the middle of the fight and you just don't make that change.
Well, it's his style, and for the most part, he's made it work for
left
it.
hook.
He's used that jab, he's stuck that jab, he's bombing that right hand. Police looking very good, but Patterson is a wild card. He swings for the fences.
He's still moving very, very quickly here. You can tell he still has a lot of energy, a lot of power behind his punches.
Oh, big left hook by Patterson.
About a minute left of this fight. Who is going to take this one? Will it be Patterson or will Police pull it out? Eating some shots there is Patterson, the Dungeon Okinawan boxing fighter.
As you said, very, very close round. It's hard to call. Police, I believe, with the technical advantage, but Patterson, he comes on. When you think he's down, he comes on. He lands big shots to the body and big shots to the head, looping shots. Look at that.
I said not real technical, but doing enough. Here we go. Patterson, he's going to have to do it. He's going to have to finish strong.
Really coming on here. And he complaining about a second
I didn't
shot below
see
the
that
belt.
one. I didn't see that one, but all it takes is a graze. Going there to the body. Once again, Patterson, the more busy fighter here at the end of the fight. That's what the judges see.
Right. That overhead right has scored repeatedly on the part of Patterson.
Did a real good job at slipping those punches and landing the overhand rights, hitting the big hooks. I like Patterson in this one.
I think Patterson may have edged it out here in the third round. It was very, very close. The first two were very close.
Very good. Strong fight there for the 90 kg division. Both fighters should be very proud of their performances.
The fans were proud, and that's what's really important. Jam-packed arena, Eston Sports Academy.
Here it is. Here's the official decision. Oh, and there he is, George Patterson.
As you stated, George Patterson bringing it home.
That's right, doing enough at the end of the round.
Well, the action just keeps coming, and it's about to reach a feverish pace as the ladies step into the ring for the first time tonight.
Oh, you know they always bring it. That's right, Joe Clemens from KO Kickboxing facing off against team contenders Yazzie Harris in this 50 kg pro title bout.
Here we go, Casey. This one is for the title, the K1 Pro female title in the 50 kg division.
The youngster Yazzie Harris moving into the adult ranks here, taking on Joe Clemens. You know, Joe, she took a victory over Yazzie's teammate, Vicky Cavett.
The miracle Vicky Cavett.
Recently, it was a very, very good fight. And I think that Yazzie Harris is looking for redemption here for her
No
team.
doubt. Oh, without a doubt. Of course, to take that title would be fantastic for Yazzie Harris. Bouncing off the ropes, pro wrestling style. They're getting a little momentum.
Yazzie Harris known for her pace. She is relentless. But Joe Clemens, what a savvy veteran. She's very technical, and she really pushes the pace as well.
Oh, wow, there we go. Both these ladies really going after it here. When a title's on the line, this is the type of action you're going to see. Clemens in the black trunks, Harris in the white.
Well, you can already see it's Clemens stalking, and it's Harris with that footwork, that movement,
sure,
that makes her unpredictable.
Oh,
Ooh,
wow, nice right. Got Team Contender there, the Contender gym.
The future of Team Contender.
Without a doubt. But here's the thing, Casey, these ladies have been used to the 2-minute rounds. Now you add that extra minute onto it, and that can make a big difference.
It changes everything. By the end of the fight, you've gone an extra round and a half from what you're used to.
As Harris trying to set up some strikes. Joe Clemens, like we said, she stalks. She keeps her hands up.
Great footwork by Harris. Throws a flurry and gets out. She's doing what she has to do to win this fight.
I love the strategy here from Yazzie Harris.
You know, when we saw Joe Clemens against Vicky Cavett, they stood in front of each other and they just threw for the fences.
Yeah.
This bout is a little bit different. Yazzie Harris has learned from that style, learned from that fight, and she's using that footwork to move around, get her combinations off, and not be there when Joe Clemens responds, when she throws back.
Joe Clemens there with a
big shot by Yazzie Harris.
Wow.
Joe Clemens could be hurt here.
Yazzie Harris sticking and moving, landing big shots. Joe Clemens not really having much counter to Harris's strikes at this point. Big advantage just in total numbers from Yazzie Harris right now.
Joe Clemens a little bit hesitant to move forward here on Yazzie Harris. She caught a really hard shot earlier in this round.
And now Joe Clemens trying to come on. Yazzie Harris just bouncing off those ropes, back and forth, using the momentum when she throws her strikes. Brad Conway keeping a close eye. He's going to break them up. And that's round one, and I like Yazzie Harris.
Beautiful first round, absolutely. The youngster takes round one for sure.
What a war. Round number two, the ladies right back at it. This one is for the strap. Yazzie Harris putting those strikes together. Great combinations tonight.
That footwork of Harris doesn't seem to have missed a step from round one.
Of course, we're going to see a lot of Team Contender on this card. Thomas Daniel coming up a little bit later. Looking forward to that.
And those fighters train so hard. Gary Bell knows that when you represent Team Contender at a Team Contender bout, you really have to shine. You really have to come prepared.
Here's what I like about Gary Bell. You know, it's Contender Promotions, it's Team Contender, but he always puts together great fights. There's no gimmies. He doesn't give easy fights to his fighters, and you've got to love that.
Absolutely not. If anything else, it's harder for a Team Contender competitor, but as your career progresses, you're ready. You're prepared for anything that comes.
You're right. He expects so much out of his fighters. And here we go, Jo Clemens stalking once again. She stalks, but she's not making anything of it. You know, she continues to control the ring, but Yazzie Harris is controlling the fight.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And like I said, over and over again, repeatedly, footwork, footwork, footwork.
Definitely making the difference. Using the push kick. Jo Clemens, that seems to be her bread and butter. Not doing a whole lot of damage, though, on Yazzie Harris. Going to work. Jo Clemens trying to get something started here. Looking a little better here in the last 30 seconds. Yazzie Harris not quite as effective.
I'll tell you, Jo Clemens, she is just like an Energizer Bunny.
Yeah.
An indestructible Energizer Bunny. She just keeps pushing, keeps coming. But I believe that Yazzie Harris kind of has her number. She has her number in this fight. She knows how to fight Jo Clemens.
Can we call her the British Zombie? Is that what we call her? Some of the sponsors, we definitely want to show them a little love out here. UK Plant Traders, AWM, Long Hill Entertainment. Just to name a few, SC Henderson, Bell's Property Solutions. Hey, an Arena Cup. It's a good show. 2-on-2 fighting. You know a little bit about it.
Look at this, Jo Clemens making a push here in the last 30 seconds. She's really got to get her pace up if she wants to take this round. I believe she dropped the first. If she drops this one, she's going to need a knockout to take it.
This one has been a little bit closer. It really has. Jo Clemens has shown us a little bit more and maybe a little bit more desperation, getting a little bit more loose and letting her strikes go.
The thing with Yazzie Harris is she's so quick. She's so light on her feet, but she also has some power in her hands, a lot of power.
And that's it, and I don't know how to call that one. As much as I would love to say that Yazzie took that one as well, I really think that was a close call. Look at the face, though,
of Jo Clemens. Mask. I've been waiting to say it all night. It was that big overhand right by Yazzie Harris, busted the nose of Jo Clemens, but she keeps coming forward. These ladies are laying it all on the line here at the Eston Sports Academy tonight.
Oh, man, she's eating shots now. Yazzie Harris stringing them
really coming on in the third.
Looks like a Team Contender fighter just might have that Team Contender belt.
I believe Gary Bell told Yazzie Harris in the corner she needs to come on because she may have dropped that second round. You don't know.
You're right. Here comes Jo Clemens trying to put something together. Very reminiscent of the Vicky Cavan fight. She turned it on. She's going to have to do the same thing in this one. She's trying to trap Harris in the corner and just trying to slow her down, not let her move around so much around the ring, but that's easier said than done.
Yazzie is all over the place, delighting the fans here tonight.
That's right, Middlesbrough is on fire. We just got out of that big 90 kg fight. Now we come in with these ladies. Great way to follow it up. Here comes Yazzie.
You know these ladies have to be so fatigued.
Oh, yeah.
Continue to fight through. Again, you mentioned the face of Jo Clemens, bloody, bruised.
Oh, it's going to be tomorrow. She's going to be looking rough here in a few hours. She's going to be black and blue, but who knows? She might have a win. The way she's fighting right now is she's starting to come on a little bit, just like she did in round number 2, and that's what she's going to have to do. She's going to have to continue to throw strikes, not just push Yazzie Harris up against the rope. She has to follow up with a few strikes of her own.
Now we're almost at the minute mark left in this fight, and this is where the judges are going to be very, very critical.
You're right. It could change the fight completely, that last minute.
The fighter that really comes on at this last minute could take the fight.
Joe Clemens, same strategy, using the push kicks. Continues to come forward. Yazzie Harris has to continue to move around. Circle, lateral movement. Great show of attrition by both fighters here in Middlesbrough.
All right, the 30-second mark. Who wants it the most, Cyrus?
I don't know. I like both of these girls. They're giving us all that they have. That's something that we see from a lot of female fights, Casey.
Yeah. And I'll say, Joe Clemens, she's really come on in this round.
I know.
She's really pushing. And she may have taken the third so far. Yazzie Harris really needs to come on right now with a flurry to amaze those judges.
I don't know. Casey, I might like Joe Clemens on the entire fight. I think she may have stole the fight.
It's up in the air. I've still got Yazzie Harris. I've still got Yazzie Harris, but man, this was a very, very competitive bout. Very worthy of this Contender Promotions event.
Oh man, who's gonna take this belt? It's gonna be a close call. I think Clemens may have took 2 and 3. Let's see what the judges have to say.
Yazzie Harris takes it. Not enough out of Joe Clemens in that third round. It was a razor's edge close fight. But the youngster, Yazzie Harris, moving into the adult pro ranks with that big gold round release.
Well, a new Contender Promotions Pro 50 kg champ has been crowned, but the fights just keep coming.
You've got that right, partner. Let's get back to the ring for our next bout. It's Quailing prospect Simon Kennedy versus Kyle Todd from Millennium Martial Arts at 70 kg.
Here we go, Casey. Moving right along, 70 kg division is Simon Kennedy fighting out of Quailing. In the blue corner, Kyle Todd from Millennium Martial Arts. Quailing there in the black and yellow traditionally. Kyle Todd with those blue shorts.
Quailing with a very strong presence tonight here at Contender Promotions. Simon Kennedy coming out with a head of steam, my friend.
I'll tell you what, anytime you're rolling with 2 first names, Casey, that's a big advantage. Big advantage. Kyle Todd moving forward here. Oh, look, he's throwing for the fences. He wants to get this win. Really, really working on Simon Kennedy here. This could be a big win for Millennium Martial Arts.
Wow.
Ooh, wow.
Beautiful work there.
What a combination.
Simon is down for the count.
He is doubled over. He is in a bad way. Kennedy, is he going to weather the storms? It looks like he's going to be fine. Brad Conway is looking very closely, though, a true professional. He's only going to let him continue if he's really able to continue, and it looks like he is.
Kennedy came out strong in the first few moments of the fight, and then all of a sudden, Kyle Todd shifted.
Oh, with it. He got caught up in the ropes there. Here we go. Now Kyle Todd going back to work.
Todd's got a lot of power in those knees. Another body shot. Vicious.
Is he going to be able to weather that one, though? A second shot there to the kidneys, to the liver, whatever. It doubled him over, and that might be it.
Oh, and the fight's over. Huge win for Millennium MMA and Kyle Todd. Wow. And I'll tell you what, Cyrus, it's all about the Pompadour tonight.
Oh, without a doubt.
Kyle Todd with the victory. That stops by body shot.
That's right. He is an animal.
Well, partner, the Dungeon and Spirit Dojo are 2 of the top gyms in Contender Promotions right now, bar none. We saw them face off earlier, and now it happens again in this 93 kg bout.
93 kgs, that means they can bring the pain. It's Michael Parkin facing off with Kamil Palucik. Let's go down to the ring.
Let's get this thing going here. Fighting out of the blue corner, we have Michael Parkin from Dungeon. He's in the blue and the red, traditional Dungeon wear.
We've seen Parkin before. This guy can throw hard, big shots. It's Dungeon versus Spirit, two of the marquee teams in Contender Promotions.
Oh, wow.
They are electrifying this audience.
Two bigger fighters are 93 kgs. These are the big men. These are the big light heavyweights going to work.
And I'll tell you why these fans love the big guys, because the fight can end in a blink of an eye.
Well, that's why I like them too. Spirit Dojo. The great Paul Daly in the corner. And here we go. Michael Parkin. Just looks like the much bigger fighter, doesn't he? He's got the height advantage. He almost looks a little bit bigger as well. Two big men throwing leather. Throwing knees.
You know, Parkin, he's really pushing the pace. He's driving Paluzik back. He's keeping him on his heels, and he is working hard. And that's what you got to do. You got to rack up those rounds early.
Right. Absolutely right. But we've seen it for the big guys before. Can they keep the pace up? We'll see how the conditioning is from these two light heavyweights.
Beautiful hands by Michael Parkin. Goes to the body, goes to the head, then a leg kick for good measure. Great training there by Dungeon.
It's been all Parkin. Michael Parkin, Paluzik just, man.
Paluzik's got one trick right there. You can see it. It's the left hook. Wonder where he picked that.
Yeah, right? Michael Parkin with a very dominant first round. Going to work on Paluzik.
Busy, and he seems to be just exhausting Kamil Paluzik.
Smothering round there by Michael Parkin, and Paul Daly has to talk to his fighter and try to get his spirits up and maybe just throw a little strategy in there. He's going to have to start moving around a little bit better.
Well, as we've seen earlier tonight, the first round is no sign of really what's going to happen in this bout.
God, you are so right about that.
Kamil Paluzik, he needs to come on, but it is certainly anybody's game right now.
February 28th, Casey, it'll be going down right back here at the Eston Sports Academy. Contender Promotions coming back, and no doubt that's going to be a superstar card.
Wow, and it's, every time Paluzik gets something going, Parkin right back into his face, changing levels.
There we go, Paluzik trying to get something started, but Parkin just continues to push forward. Dungeon has a great squad, a great pedigree. All their fighters are very conditioned to win.
They are known for their pace. They are known for their level changes. That's why they are so successful here in UK and all of Europe and throughout the world.
You're right.
In K1 competition.
Speaking of spirit, I know it's only a matter of time until Paul Daly defends that title, and I can't wait to see it.
I can't wait either. Of course, the last fight, so exciting.
It was.
Big left hook KO, no surprise, to secure that Contender Promotions pro title.
Just one of the many big highlight reel knockouts we've seen here from Contender. Really coming on as one of the top K1 organizations in the world. They're really starting to position themselves there and kind of rising up the ranks.
Yeah, and not only do they put on amazing shows here in the UK, they've traveled all across the world with their Fight Star promotion.
Yeah, and they're about to do it again.
The biggest talent.
Dublin, Ireland's the next stop there for the Fight Star.
I heard they're coming to the United States.
That'd be fantastic. There's a lot of great kickboxing prospects here in the U.S. You don't hear enough about that, but they're there, and they're just right for the picking.
K1 is the sport of a new millennium right here. So exciting. You don't have the stalling. You don't have the slowing paces. You have in-your-face, smash mouth action from start to finish.
Who took that round, though, Casey? I think Parkin. I mean, it's a little bit of the same.
Still on it, man. His numbers are too high.
I agree. He really is. He's throwing a lot of punches, a lot of knees, and he's connecting on a lot of those.
Paluzik will land one good shot, and then Parkin's in his face with 4 or 5. And that's how you have to fight here to win.
Punches and bunches, that'll do it, Casey. Here we go.
One shot, and here comes Parkin back in his face.
Now you can see Paul Daly just standing up and just trying to get his fighter, Paluzik, to really step up his numbers and really punch a little bit more, throw more strikes, connect.
You know, again, Paluzik with that left hook, and he sees it coming. This is the thing. You know, Paul Daly, he uses throws that left hook, but it's because you don't see it coming.
Yeah.
He has such a complete arsenal. He throws, and then out of nowhere, that left hook comes, and a lot of times it's curtains for his opponent.
Yeah.
And that's what Pelusic needs to implement here. He needs to throw other combinations and then land that big left hook. As you can see, it's clearly his punch.
He's got a big target. Look at the head there in Michael Parker. It's a big head. He's got a lot to hit there. But he just can't seem to string together the combination and find the openings. Parkin just looking like the better fighter here tonight.
Hats off to these big guys. You don't see 93 kg guys fighting with such high percentages, high punch ratio.
The pace has been very, very fast here. Even for Michael Parkin, who's a very big individual, man, he continued to push forward and throw strikes. He's not really slowing down too much.
But right at 20 seconds, Pelusic's got to do something. He's going to have a miracle here.
Final moments here of round number 3. It looks like it's going to be all Parkin. He better go for the knockout shot, Pelusic. And it's not going to happen. As the seconds tick off, that is it, Casey. And Michael Parkin, very nice performance.
Looks like a unanimous decision going to the way of Dungeon Okinawan boxing team
That's
tonight.
right. Let's get the official word. How about Mike Parkin?
No surprise at all, but hats off to both men. Great fight.
This train just keeps rolling down the tracks. These fights continue to deliver, Casey.
Undoubtedly. Let's get back to the ring and check out our next bout. It's Kieran Parton from TMAS taking on Andy Dillon from Team Contender in this 59 kg bout.
You know, Casey, round 1, they don't look like 59 kgs, but they're both just in great condition, aren't they? Not a lot of body fat there.
These gentlemen are chiseled, ready for some big K1 action here.
Both in white trunks there, and it is Kieran Parton from TMAS on your right, fighting out of the blue corner, taking on Andy Dillon there from Team Contender. Team Contender in the red, and there goes Andy Dillon with the slip.
Both of these fighters well groomed here. Of course, you see Dillon there with the
nice spin kick.
Adidas style standard trunks.
Sure.
And of course, Kieran Parton with the traditional Muay Thai.
Yeah. Indeed.
Nice.
They have to go by gloves. Black gloves out there for Andy Dillon. Team Contender, you know, they have a lot to live up to. Gary Bell expects a lot out of them, and of course the crowd heavily in favor of Team Contender. So
you can see here two diverse styles. Kieran Parton looking at more traditional Thai style, as are his trunks, as mentioned before. But Andy Dillon putting his hands together and feet together a little bit more like your traditional K1 rules fighter.
K1 versus Muay Thai.
Wow, big shot!
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Big shot. This could be the end of the fight right here. Andy Dillon with a mega left head kick.
Look, he wants to get up, but he can't. It's over.
That fight is done. Wow! Andy Dillon with a huge win here.
Gary Bell very happy for his fighter. What a knockout. Casey, that quick.
Kieran Parton is no slouch, man. We've seen him before. This guy, he comes to fight, but man, it was right on the button. Big left hit kick ends the fight tonight.
Team Contender reigning supreme once again.
Another great bout in the books. Now it's time for the big men to take the ring.
Well, that's right. It's heavyweight action, pitting Wes Smith from TMAS versus Mark Hetherington from Transformation Training.
And here we go, the super heavies. Casey, we like the big dudes. Wes Smith, TMAS in the black and red, taking on Mark Hetherington. Transformation Training there in the black trunks.
Two diverse body types.
Yeah, no doubt. Whoa.
And a slip right out of the gate.
Mark Toms. Mark Hetherington. There we go. Wes Smith, the big man, very muscle-bound, great condition. Mark Hetherington, Transformation Training. These guys, you know, they're throwing for the fences. They got a lot of power, big super heavies. There's no way this thing goes the distance.
You know, at first glance,
no way.
at first glance, you would think that Wes Smith would have the advantage, a little bit more chiseled. Mark Hetherington carrying a little bit of extra weight there around the midsection, but looks can be deceiving.
You're right.
As we've seen so many times.
Oh, yeah.
You can tell right here Mark Hetherington is moving well in that ring.
There's been a number of fighters in the past that look a little out of shape that have gone on to have pretty successful careers. Mark, Roy Nelson, just to name a few. And look at Hetherington really coming on here.
Beautiful work here.
Backing Smith into a corner.
And I'll say this, on the part of Wes Smith, you know, moving into this fight, you take a look at this guy, you think maybe he's going to be an out-of-shape fighter, it's going to be an easy night. Not the case here. Mark Hetherington is pinpointing his strikes.
Very impressive here. Transformation training. I believe they've been sponsored before here at Contender Promotions. What a big night, man. The crowd loves the big dudes. Wes Smith really starting to come on, laying some leather there, but Mark Hetherington's not staying in there.
We only have 20 seconds in the round, so this is anybody's game right here.
Neither fighter's really landed a real solid, significant strike, and I think you'll know it when it happens. Go for the spin kick.
Ooh, big shot there by Wes Smith.
Wow, there we go. Wes Smith, Mark Hetherington. I like Smith, maybe a little bit more busy, but up in the air. I think Hetherington had a great round.
You know, I'll say this. I mentioned before about the body type of Mark Hetherington. I love to see these guys that you wouldn't expect to have this level of athleticism
Look at him coming on.
and delight the fans just like this.
Ooh, nice right hand. Excuse me, a nice left hand, really, that landed there on Wes Smith. God, man, if Smith, he backs him up there, but he doesn't follow up with the strikes, he has some great opportunities.
Well, he's already felt the power in the hands of Mark Hetherington. He hasn't been rocked, but Hetherington has definitely got a great punch ratio going right now. And as I say that, Wes Smith comes back with a beautiful combination of his own.
Really working the leg kicks. You expect to see a bunch of haymakers from these guys, but they're really working their kicks tonight.
No, technical work. Very, very technical movement by both fighters to be such massive individuals.
Sure. Now things getting a little wild here. We got kind of a melee here.
Go.
Just 1 minute to go.
Hetherington on the inside, swinging that big overhand right. You know he's got bad intentions on that one.
Got that right. More leg kick action here from Wes Smith. Starting to leave that mouth open. You can definitely
and carrying those hands a little bit low. That's not good when you're talking heavyweights, man. One shot on the button, it's curtains.
Right. And Hetherington, you know, he's still moving around pretty crisp here. That being said, both guys are looking like they've been in here for a while.
Slowing down slightly, but man, still pushing the action, still fighting.
Wes Smith, big overhand
kind of
right.
coming on now.
Starting to maybe get his timing and starting to get his range a little bit.
Yeah. And now you got Hetherington wearing those hands low, and he pays for it.
He catches the leg. They're going to call that a slip, and that is the end of round number 2. Close fight. Maybe Wes Smith takes that round, but Hetherington may have taken round number 1.
Yeah, it's really close. Anybody's game.
Very, very important round number 3 here. And he catches that foot once again and puts Hetherington on his back.
You know, those catches and those slips, they don't count in the scoring, but they really affect the fighter.
Yeah,
they affect the fighter and the energy involved.
Because you got to
back
get up off the canvas. You're right.
Exactly.
It takes a lot of energy, especially when you're already worn out. Oh, once again.
Another trip.
As you can see, he has to use the ropes to get up. I mean, it definitely takes a toll.
Wes Smith definitely seeing his strategy implemented here. Looking good. Slipped in that overhand right. Great combinations. I think Wes Smith is taking over here in the 3rd.
Some fighters actually use that catch and trip technique, and that is just their bread and butter, and that's what they do through the entire fight. As much as they don't count, they do count in the eyes of the judges as well.
Wes Smith just driving through, pushing hard. Hetherington unable to answer back.
You're talking about 300-plus pounds, most likely here, Casey. Big, big men. And they have really hung in here going into the third round. I said I don't know if they're going to make it out of this fight, but it looks like they just might.
This is Hetherington's last chance. He really needs to push right now if he wants a chance on the scorecards.
Oh, and Wes Smith just kind of bullying them around a little bit. Eston Sports Academy, they're out for blood. They want somebody on the mat, and they just might get it.
As you say it, so it occurs.
Another slip. That being said, Hetherington on the mat for probably the 4th time in round number 3. That's tough. And that might have been all that Wes Smith needed. A very dominant 3rd round, and he just might take this one.
I certainly think that Wes Smith takes it. I think 2 rounds to 1.
3 rounds in the books. The big men, they go all the way. The 59 kg, they get the knockout. And the big men, they go all 3 rounds.
That's right. A standing ovation for both.
Wes Smith with the win. How about it?
Very good fight, very good performance.
Close round 1, but he took the rest.
Well, the fights continue to deliver on this stacked card, but there's so much more left to come.
Next up, Luke Weston from Dungeon Boxing taking on Connor Hawley from Pegasus Muay Thai in this 67 kg contender title fight.
Here we go. This one's for the belt. 67 kg amateur title. That's 3 2-minute rounds. Westwood fighting out of Dungeon there in the blue and the red, taking on Pegasus Muay Thai, Connor Hawley.
Dungeon Pegasus, that's a feud we know well here in Contender Promotions. Both these guys come to bang.
Connor Hawley there in the black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. It's Dungeon taking on Pegasus. First time we've seen Pegasus tonight.
Yeah.
They're usually very present. Usually see a lot more Pegasus fighters.
And their representative, Connor Hawley, with a huge reach advantage over Luke Westwood. As we've seen, the Dungeon guys are very good at getting inside and keeping a good work ratio throughout the fight.
Dungeon Okinawan Boxing. Very tough team there. Nice push kicks from Connor Hawley, but nice returns.
Yeah, Westwood looking for his moment. Those looping round kicks by Connor Hawley. If they're a little slow, you're going to see Westwood step inside and go to work on the body of Connor Hawley.
Now Connor Hawley's stalking, but Westwood answering right back.
Wow,
nice
big shot by Westwood.
Walking over the top of Connor Hawley.
Connor Hawley is in rough shape. I thought it could have been over, and then he hops right back up like it's nothing.
He looked like he was down for the count, like it was over. Like he was straight up knocked out. But he snaps too. And here we go. Looks like he's going to continue.
And that's the beauty of K1 competition.
Dynamite.
In the blink of an eye.
Whew. Explosive strikes, and here he goes again. Uh-oh.
Westwood looking to finish this fight.
Oh, man. Big head kick.
Oh, another big shot. Left hook by Luke Westwood.
How did Connor Hawley survive that flurry? Wow. Luke Westwood is in rare form, Casey. He wants that strap, and he wants it decisively.
20 seconds to go. Can Westwood finish it? Can Connor Hawley hang on?
Actually slow it down, but here we go. Back to the body, a nice combination. And it's Westwood.
And as I've mentioned all night, it's to the body, to the head, back to the leg kick. Dungeon, Okinawan, boxing in the house tonight.
What a round 1 for Westwood. A clear 10-8 round. That's great motivation to get into round number 2. And here we go for the title. 67 kg, who's going to walk out with the gold?
Well, Connor Hawley, he survived that first round, but he's got 2 more to go. Seems to have caught his...
Oh, there we go, Casey. Here we go. Just as you say that, Luke Westwood coming right back on, going to the body, working that combination.
Beautiful head movement by Luke Westwood.
A little time out here. Brad Conway on top of the action here. He calls time. We get action started right back up. A minute and a half left here in round number 2.
Now, I mentioned this before. You know, Holly, he's the taller athlete, and he's used to sticking that straight teep out there and kind of letting it hang. Westwood is taking advantage of that every single time. He moves inside and he lands big. What's going on here?
We got a glove malfunction here, so we get that taken care of. Here we go. Little break in the action here. Let's see how they come out of this. Who's going to take control coming out of the break? Westwood, bobbing and moving.
From Westwood right out of the gate.
God, he can really put those strikes together, Casey.
Now, it seems like Connor Hawley has been listening to what I said. He's stopped with the slower teep-style strikes.
I think that's
He's
impossible.
moving to the hands.
He's not listening to you right now. It's not happening. But it does seem like that. You're absolutely right.
Look at that, using his hands, using his reach. Connor Hawley a little bit better, but man, Luke Westwood has so much power in that right hand.
Oh, and he's quick too. He's very quick, and the numbers are just not in favor of Connor Hawley right now. For every 1 or 2 strikes that Hawley's throwing, you're getting 3 or 4 from Westwood. That does not equal out to a victory. Wow, he ate
landed.
Sure did. Staggered Westwood back. Now Westwood coming in, trying to slip those strikes and trying to land a few of his own.
Huge props to Connor Hawley, man. I thought he was out of this fight. I thought he was out of this fight after the first knockdown in the first round. And then he got dropped a second time, and now he's back in this fight.
Shout out to the sponsors, thaiboxingstore.co.uk. That is the official UK distributor for Yokkao. Supplies all the Yokkao gloves for the event, as they are a partner here at Contender Promotions and a great company to be in working with. And then Renault, where we had our press conference, and of course our after party going down at the Grosvenor Casino. That's right, throwing it down.
All right, it's the telling round, round 3. Who will be the champion tonight at Eston Sports Academy?
As you can see, Hawley, like he said, he is trying to put the teep out there, trying to use his jab, but Westwood's just eating it and coming forward.
Westwood just the more solid competitor.
Dungeon.
Giving up a lot of reach, but man, it does not matter. He has the head movement, he has the speed, and he is controlling this fight.
He wants the title, Casey. He wants the gold around his waist. He just might get it fighting this way. But as we've seen, these lighter fighters, they could definitely get a knockout, so look out. Connor Hawley, behind the 8 ball, if you will, I believe.
Beautiful counters by Westwood. Beautiful work.
Going to work is Connor Hawley. They tie up here with just a minute to go.
Westwood really pulling away here in the third, submitting his spot as contender champion, quite possibly. Oh, and another knockdown.
He lays him down softly. He throws the strike, takes it out of him, and just kind of sits him down on the ground.
A long night at work for Connor Hawley tonight.
Brad Conway. Looks like Hawley's going to be fine, but he doesn't have much time to work with. 30 seconds. You got to be throwing for the fences. Desperation mode. Still got our main event of the 4-man tournament that is coming up here in just a few fights.
Westwood to the body, Westwood to the head.
It's all Westwood, Casey. It's all Westwood.
Oh, and down. Connor Hawley down again in the closing seconds of round 3.
And he's going to get saved by the bell, I believe, but it's not all right.
I believe we have ourselves a new champion here, and that's Luke Westwood from Dungeon Okinawan Boxing Team.
A new 67 kg champ is crowned, but now it's time to bring out the pro.
That's right. 2 of Europe's top rising stars shine tonight in the 86 kg division as Voss Gym's Luciano Winner takes on Team Contenders Thomas Daniel.
Here we go, a nice pro bout for you, Casey. How about this one? Luciano Winner from Voss Gym taking on the hometown favorite, Thomas Daniel, Team Contender. This will be a good one.
We've seen him fight wars. Thomas Daniel, such a competitor in here. He's got a tough test tonight in Luciano Winter.
Luciano Winter with the red Muay Thai shorts, taking on Thomas Daniel in the white and black Muay Thai shorts. And here we go. Wow. Slip right out of the gate for Thomas Daniel. Luciano Winter, a very, very vaunted fighter. It's a guy that people know around the world.
Already racking up those leg kicks.
Looks like he's one of those fighters who's real good at the catch, so look out for that.
And he makes Thomas Daniel pay. Beautiful.
Sweeps him right into the ropes. Wow, look at him beating up on those legs.
Over on that left leg of Thomas Daniel. But Daniel pushes forward.
The Team Contender fighter, gets staggered once again. Wow, Luciano Winter looking great in round number 1.
But we've seen Thomas Daniel in a tough spot before.
Oh, yeah.
That is his signature, is the warrior mentality, the warrior spirit, if you will, of Thomas Daniel.
Oh, wow, nice right hand. Oh, nice slip of the zone. Look at that.
There we go, some attitude.
You love that. Thomas Daniel said, here, I got one for you. And here comes Luciano Winter right back at it, putting together the strikes, changing levels.
Mega combinations by Luciano Winter, but Thomas Daniel still standing.
It's like an ultra combo, Killer Instinct style. Look at him go. Oh, man, Voss Jim looking real great in this matchup. Halfway through, and it's been all Luciano Winter. Gary Bell barking out instructions. What a tough spot
Here we
he's
go.
in.
Daniel has Winter in the corner. Unleashing.
Wow, what a change of this fight with Thomas Daniel stepping up and throwing about 7 or 8 real strong strikes.
Just when you start to think that round 1's going to be all Winter, Thomas Daniel comes back.
What a great matchup by Gary Bell for his fighter, Thomas Daniel. We said it before. It's like he's kind of like the dad, and he expects a lot out of his kids, right? You know, that's kind of where it's at. And he served up a great opponent in Luciano Winter from the Voss gym, a great gym that we've seen some tremendous fighters come out of.
Here we go. Luciano Winter with more of those leg kicks. You know those hurt, man. That is the worst part of K1 kickboxing. You can punch me in the head, you can punch me in the body, but man, you start leveling out my legs, you take out my wheels, and it's hard to move in there.
Oh,
beautiful spinning back punch.
Oh, and he answers with one of his own. Luciano Winter coming after it, but here comes the counter punch.
2 big right hands by Thomas Daniel to close out this round.
Whoa. Trying to catch my breath a little bit, man. This has been high-octane action here from these 2 fighters. 2 professional K1 fighters, standout fighters.
2 national level.
Got that right.
K1 professional fighters.
Raise the stage to say international. It don't come with Universal or anything like that, though. Nobody's trying to hear that. We got a little break in the action here, a little unintentional low blow, I believe, on Thomas Daniel. Catching his breath. Greg Conway been on top of the action all night, man. He has always a long night of work. He never gives up his spot. He usually reps every fight. When you're talking about an 18, 17 fight card.
Talking about the enforcer.
That's right.
Greg Conway.
That's right. I'd love to see him in there.
He handles the action.
I believe he's probably done it before.
He's done a little bit. He's done a little bit. MMA star, K1 standout.
Thomas Daniel trying to push the action here. Luciano Winter doesn't like to be backed up. He likes to be in control. And anytime Thomas Daniel comes
nice
forward,
left knee by Luciano Winter, but Thomas Daniel answers in the closing seconds.
I think Daniel may have stole that round. Winter looked so good in that first minute and a half, but Daniel looked dominant.
Very, very close round. I'm still going to give it to Luciano Winter. He was a little bit more physical. He pushed the pace a little bit more.
I think you're wrong. I'm just going to throw it out there. Wrong.
Thomas Daniel's my boy, but he's going to have to come on in rounds 2 and 3. I see him having to push the pace here.
Whoever wins this fight is going to go right up the rankings here on an international level. Both fighters, very, very tough, great records. And here comes Thomas Daniel, bringing it on. Luciano Winter with some nice body shots.
Huge right hand by Thomas Daniel, his signature punch.
What a hit. Big time impact from Thomas Daniel.
Luciano Winner in big trouble right now.
Oh man, he might be really in a bad spot right now, but he clinches up, catches a little rest, and throws Thomas Daniel.
I believe Gary Bell told Thomas Daniel, you got to come out, you got to take this fight, you got to implement yourself and win tonight here at Contender Promotions.
I'll tell you what, he's not going to be able to take too many of those big straight right hands. Luciano Winner can only handle that for so long.
Daniel really needs to implement himself here, stick that jab, don't let Luciano Winner get going again with those leg kicks, because those are vicious.
Teased a crane kick there, Luciano Winner did. I think it's very impressive the way that Daniel can string together those straight right hands right in a row. Usually you don't see that. Daniel
has tremendous reach. He has tremendous movement. He is a great representative of Team Contender.
That's right, Mr. Miyagi in the corner of Luciano Winner.
Big jab followed up by right hand. Thomas Daniel on the prowl again.
He's gonna need more than the crane kick, brother.
Look at these fans going nuts in here. It is deafening.
Still a minute and a half left here in round number 2. I can watch this all night long. These guys are giving it all that they got.
Cyrus, you mentioned Rocky Balboa earlier.
And Danielson.
You got it right here, baby.
I'll try to make some more references to movies as we go on here. Luciano Winner with just a minute left.
Oh, another big straight right by Thomas Daniel, solidifying round 2.
Oh man, Luciano Winner, it's only a matter of time it looks like. Oh, answers with the right hook. He's still got a little left in the tank. Pushes Thomas Daniel, he wants some of his own. Wow.
Luciano Winner, he's got Thomas Daniel in trouble here. Can Thomas Daniel answer back?
Good Lord. If Thomas Daniel's Rocky, then Luciano Winner might be Clubber Lang.
Or Apollo Creed.
Why are we going to the African Americans here, Casey? Why couldn't he be Ivan Drago? That's what I'm talking about. Here he comes. Right back at it. Thomas Daniel. He answers. It's so back and forth. It's very Rocky-esque.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Thomas Daniel's done enough in this round to secure it, but who knows? Round 3 will be the telling round, I believe.
Well, you thought that Winner took round 1, and if we're going by what you're judging, then you say Thomas Daniel takes 2, so we're 1 apiece. If we're going by the judge case. However, we're not. Eston Sports Academy, Middlesbrough, UK.
Look at that, Thomas Daniel out in the center of the ring. He's ready to get this thing on. He's ready to walk home with his hand raised tonight.
Brad Conway's having to keep these fighters back, man. This is getting personal.
Some swelling above the left eye of Luciano Winner. But coming out strong in the 3rd round are both gentlemen.
This is an absolute war. I love it. This is what I've been waiting on right here, Case. This is good stuff.
I said it earlier, and I'll say it again. When you've got Thomas Daniel on your card, you know it's going to be action-packed. You know it's going to set the fans afire. Luciano Winner with big shots on Thomas Daniel.
Boy, he snuck a nice hook in there, really tagged him. But now he's going to watch out for the counter from Thomas Daniel, even if it gets there.
Luciano relentless, hoping for possibly a standing 8 count. But he's going to burn himself out if he's not careful. You know Thomas Daniel answers back late in the round.
Ooh, that right hand is really working. We talked about the right hand of Daniel. How about the right hand of Winner? And here comes Thomas Daniel firing back. Good Lord, straight out of a movie, Casey. This is good stuff.
Look at that eye, the left eye closing up.
I feel like I need a little Jiffy Pop here, brother. This is good stuff. The classic stovetop stuff. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Thomas Daniel.
Well, let's not talk popcorn right now, brother. Let's talk about this fight. The best fight of the night, undoubtedly. We still got a minute and a half left.
No time for popcorn. Here we go. Luciano Winner going after it. Changing levels, throwing
nice
the knee.
Big knee by Luciano Winner.
Oh, man. Who's going to take this last minute? That is going to be who wins this fight.
It's heart and determination. We've seen everything out of both competitors. contrasting styles, but right now it's
See,
just
Gary
heart.
Bell, he was jumping up on the canvas. He can't hold himself back. How can you?
Less than a minute to go. This is where it's at. We'll find out everything right now.
Thomas Daniel, he's on the offense. Luciano Winter answers back. The more busy fighter, the more aggressive fighter is going to win this fight. Thomas Daniel moving forward, doing what he does. We've seen it before. He ties up. And now if Luciano Winter has a chance at this fight, he better come forward and be aggressive.
Less than 30 seconds left right here. Who will take this unbelievable pro bout?
Nice knee to the head of Thomas Daniel. Now it's Luciano Winter on the offensive. Can he steal this fight for possibly the
10
favorite?
seconds. Who's it gonna be? You see it on his back. Born to fight, Thomas Daniel.
Born to fight, but is he born to win? They tie up. Not enough time for another strike, and that is it.
What an unbelievable contest. The fans are the winner here tonight.
I'm not calling it. I'm not even going to play that game. I think this one's too close to call. What a fight. That was main event type of a fight right there, Casey.
Too hot to handle, too cold to hold.
I've heard that before. Official decision coming down. This was a close one.
Oh, the homebound boy takes it. Thomas Daniel is your victor tonight.
Team Contender, reigning supreme.
Well, there are only 3 more bouts left, but these are worth the price of admission alone.
No doubt. It's pro action. 84 kg division. The Manners, Niall Hester, facing off with the Spirit Dojo's Jack Layton. Let's get to this fight.
Here we go. This is a big matchup here, Casey. This is a guy in Jack Layton from the Spirit Dojo taking on Niall Hester from the Manor. We've seen Layton many times before. He's in the silver and black.
This is another example of, you look at these guys and you would think, one would think that
Niall Hester would be the underdog here,
at a
right?
disadvantage, right? But looks can be deceiving, and as you can see here, both of these competitors are very skilled.
Yeah, it looks like Hester may have had a little bit more Parma, you know what I'm saying, in his day.
You mean Parmo?
It's the same, right? It's not. It's not at all. I'm going to catch a lot of flack for that one. Here comes Niall Hester, though, pushing the pace, trying to back up Jack Layton. Jack Layton, of course, with Paul Daly in his corner, the big light heavyweight champion.
We've seen Layton before, a spectacular
I
competitor.
believe it's the first time I've ever seen Hester. And here we go, tying up here. It's going to be hard to match that the action from the last fight. These guys have a lot to live up to try to follow that big fight that we just saw from Thomas Daniel.
You know, Hester, with a little bit of extra padding there, the beard.
Yeah, exactly, a little protective. I know a little bit about beards. Casey, some of the sponsors here while we get a second, while these guys are tied up. We have ThaiBoxingStore.co.uk, Renault, Grosvenor Casino, UK Plant Traders. When you're wanting to trade plants, go to UK Plant Traders. AWM, Long Hill Environmental. SC Henderson, Bell's Property Solution. Of course, Arena Combat, the most exciting sport in the world. Next to Contender. Don't want to steal that, though. Here we go, a minute left. And now Hester surprising us, looking good here.
Hester pushing the pace, staying inside. He has to do it. He's at a huge reach disadvantage here.
Absolutely.
But he is a KG veteran, and he knows how to deal with such obstacles.
Yeah, sure, you're right. And a nice left hook there from Jack Layton there that brought about that clinch. Jack Layton just looks so much more conditioned and very comfortable. But you just never know.
But Neil Hester moving forward.
You never know what Hester's going to do here. He's very unpredictable. 30 seconds left here in this one. Still to come, our main event, the finals of the tournament. Very excited about that one.
Who have you got in that one, sir?
Oh, man. You know, you almost want to go with Santos, but it's really going to be hard to call, Casey.
Well, it's Angola versus Holland, Europe versus Africa in our main event.
Yeah,
coming up shortly.
Here comes Hester, backing up late, doing a little work here. He stayed busy. Hard to call this round. Very hard to call. One would expect it'd be late, but Did Layton do enough to steal the round? I don't know. Let's see what happens here in round number 2. See if we can get a little bit more clarification on who the better fighter is.
Well, the Manor had one big victory earlier tonight. Are we going to see another?
Possible. Working the jab, Jack Layton. If you're in the corner of Jack Layton, if you're Paul Daly and the rest of the crew, you definitely want to see him work that jab with that big reach advantage.
Oh, absolutely. Keep it on the outside. See Hester having to get a little more creative with his game. Get inside. You got to watch out for the knees when you get close, but when you get in there, work that body, work that head. Do what you got to do.
No doubt about it. Here we go. Just a minute in. It's been a little bit more of Jack Layton in this one. Going to work here. Contender Promotions, Eston Sports Academy. Great people involved here. Mick Cavett and Gary Bell put together another great show. And man, they definitely bring the excitement. And they just really have a good reputation here at the Eston Sports Academy in Middlesbrough. You know you're going to get a great night of fights.
That's right. Throughout the entire UK. And again, we've talked about it all night long. 5-Star is coming to an arena near you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Very, very good chance we're going to see that in the United States. Of course, Dublin, Ireland is the next stop. You know, I'm very excited to see who they pull out of the U.S. I am, because you and I both very well and down in the scene, and we've seen a lot of great kickboxers down here, and they don't have a lot of opportunities. There's just not a lot of kickboxing promotions here in the U.S.
Absolutely. And, you know, I've said this over and over again. K1 is quite possibly the most exciting ring sport in all of the world. You know, mixed martial arts, I was raised on it, I'm pedigreed on it, but man, there's nothing like seeing two men stand in front of each other and just throw.
Yeah, and then
non-stop.
And you mix in the kicks, and it's just so exciting. Here we go. Niall Hester trying to string a few strikes together. It's kind of been all late in here in round number 2.
Very competitive bout, and you know, we talked about it, when you've got a guy with a lot of reach, his opponent has to get creative.
Yeah. He's got to bob and weave. He's got to get inside the guard and get inside the range.
Big shot by Jack Layton right
He
there.
needs to make it uncomfortable for Jack Layton. Right now, he's not. He's kind of dialed it back a little bit, and that's not what Niall Hester's going to need to do in this fight.
Right. Look at this, though. Beautiful combination by Hester.
Yeah.
Putting his hands and his feet together quite well.
And Conway separating them and starting this action right back up. Contender Promotions.co.uk, that is our website. You can find us on Facebook, on Twitter, all over the social media. It's everywhere right now and just getting stronger by the day. Be sure to follow us.
Ooh, that was
a part of the
left
revolution.
hook by Jack Layton.
Jack Layton really came on there in round 2.
But Neil Hester's still standing, man.
Sure. Round number 3, Hester better get on it.
That beautiful beard of Hester has protected his chin throughout this fight, but man, he's got to kick it in gear. He's got to move forward. He's got to possibly get a stoppage here in order to get his hand raised tonight.
You know, it's No Shave November, and Hester's really taking that seriously tonight. And we'll see if the beard's enough. I know in your past, the beard has been enough to make you successful. Yeah, is the beard going to be enough to make him successful? That's what I want to know. It's been a long time. Here we go. Still got our big main event to come. I'm very excited about that one. And here we go. Jack Layton trying to make this one a little bit more exciting. Landing some big shots there to the head. Neil Hester. Had to break him up there. Brad Conway on the job.
I'll tell you what, man, I've become a Neil Hester fan here at this fight.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, he's stood
buy
in
a
there with
t-shirt.
it. He's getting pushed around a little bit by the larger opponent, by to who appears to be the more conditioned athlete.
Yeah, you're right.
But he's here and he's making this push. Good fight. Very competitive.
He's a fighter that maybe you could see go down a weight class and be a little bit more successful. He gives up too much height. Sure. He could probably lose a little bit of that excess weight and just be a better fighter in general.
Yes, and he certainly has the skill.
Sure, definitely. He's got the heart. Not a lot of fighters can hang with Jack Layton at this weight class, and Neil Hester's definitely doing it. Still a long way to go here in round number 3. Hester has the tools to pull it off, so we'll see.
And Layton's hitting him with everything but the kitchen sink, man. And Hester's still there right in front of him, right in his face.
Nice little combo there from Hester.
Nice shots, beautiful shots by Hester.
Great counter work there from Neil Hester, and Jack Layton maybe getting a little bit more than he thought he would from this fight. Hopefully not taking him too lightly. Just can't quite get his timing down. You know, still coming into the 3rd round. He still hasn't been able to hit a real good shot there. As you see, they go right back.
Well, it says a lot when the man with the reach advantage ends up closing the distance towards the end of the fight.
Another tie-up.
You know, and that's exactly where Hester is powerful. You can see it there. He lands good shots, and Hester may have actually turned the tide for this final round. I don't think it's going to be enough, but great performance.
If anything, either way, it's a moral victory for Neil Hester, I think, to hang in there with Jack Layton, who is really, you know, a guy that has gone up the K1 rankings. A lot of people see him as, you know, a top 20 fighter in K1, and Neil Hester hung in with him.
Yeah, great bout tonight. Great performance by both athletes.
We go to the official decisions. The other one shakes out.
As we expected, but again, hats off to both competitors, and a spectacular beard
from Neil Hester.
By Hester, yeah.
Just one more fight till the big Grand Prix main event finals.
That's right, and this one's gonna rock the house. It's Dan Morehouse from Panther versus Team Contenders, Andy Liddell, for the 63 kg semi-pro title. Let's get to the ring and get it started.
Coming event time, this one for the 63 kg semi-pro title. Got Dan Morehouse fighting out of Panther, taking on Andy Liddell from Team Contender.
Andy Liddell, a permanent fixture here in Contender Promotions, always lights up the arena. Now he's the co-main event.
In the purple Muay Thai, taking on the black and blue. That is Dan Morehouse. They're going to work here. Andy Liddell, man, we've said it before, you know, this is a guy that at the Contender gym, he's a leader, you know, and when he gets into the ring, he really shows that off.
And he does, and I've seen, even over the past several events, I've seen him improve so much.
And I've spent a lot of time with Andy Liddell in the past.
You don't know nothing about Andy Liddell.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
You keep your eyes on this fight while you're talking the talk, and then something big's going to happen. You can see these guys are throwing for the fences.
They sure are, and Morehouse just can't quite get inside. Liddell's doing a good job at keeping him at range with the kicks, with the teeps.
Yeah, but Morehouse with mass hit ratio. He's throwing a lot of punches.
He's going to need more strikes.
Ooh, nice knee there by Andy Liddell.
Going to work.
Taking over.
Very, very nice work here out of Andy Liddell. But Morehouse hanging in there. Tough little fighter, and another nice matchup made by Gary Bell for his fighter.
Again, you get no squash matches here at Contender Promotions, ever.
I haven't seen one tonight. All throughout the night, we have seen great fights go the distance. Seen a few nice knockouts as well. We just might have more in store for you. Andy Liddell, very poised, very comfortable with his strikes.
A little bit of reach here on the part of Andy Liddell.
And here comes Morehouse going to work, throwing those big hooks, just trying to get in on the range of Andy Liddell, backing him up against the ropes. That's what he's going to have to do, is make Liddell uncomfortable.
And as we move into the last minute of the round, you can kind of see Andy Liddell stepping forward, moving forward, and throwing those multiple combinations. You've got Dan Morehouse, he'll land one or land two, and then you've got Andy Liddell right back in his face, 3, 4, and 5.
There we go. That was a nice straight right for Morehouse. Once again, he has to get in there and get in his face. If he stays at his range, he is going to eat a lot of shots from Andy Liddell. What a great matchup here.
20 seconds to go, and here comes Morehouse. Coming out strong, trying to seal this round away from Andy Liddell.
Well, he's going to have to go right back at it. And here he goes. Nice flying knee. Back it up, Andy Liddell. Dan Morehouse looking to surprise the crowd here at the Eston Sports Academy.
You know, this is the last thing the judges will remember at the end of this round.
Whew. That's a close one.
Andy Liddell 10-9, but man, Morehouse came on strong. He about stole it.
You know something I don't? You think it's Andy Liddell. Morehouse may have stole that one. It was close. Very close to call, but I agree with you. Here we go. Morehouse is really going to have to keep that momentum going. He looked good at the end of the round.
Little low. We've seen a few of them tonight.
Doubles over Andy Liddell. Greg Conway. Make sure everything's going to be all right. People never take long enough rest on that. You get hurt like that, and that can really kind of take you out of the fight. We've seen it a number of times. Guys come back a little bit too quick. Morehouse pushing the action. He's going to have to do that this entire fight. He's going to have to really move forward.
You know, as you mentioned, Liddell may still be shaking a little bit from that low blow.
Yeah. Nice low kicks.
Look at the back of Morehouse, turning red already.
Ooh,
that was
nice.
a big shot.
It was a slip, but oh.
Oh, that was a slip, but if you slip as soon as you get punched, that's a knockdown, my friend. And that's exactly what happened.
I am not going to question Conway. This guy's a true professional. Looked like it might be a slip, but you're right. You're absolutely right. They got to call that one a knockdown.
That's going to be crucial in the scoring here as well. Very close fight, but a knockdown score's huge.
Wow, here comes Liddell going for the kill. He smells blood,
Big
Casey.
left hand.
Morehouse is getting beat up right now, getting punished. Liddell's just bullying him all around the ring.
Paybacks for that low blow earlier, and as I say that, Morehouse with a big overhand right.
Doing work right here. Andy Liddell living up to his pedigree, living up to his reputation.
Look at that beautiful changeup, a lot of shots, then out of nowhere, liver kick from Andy Liddell. Beautiful work here. You can see Morehouse fatigued. Another big right hand by Andy Liddell.
He's hanging in there. Dan Morehouse not going away. Andy Liddell just can't put the boy out. 1 minute left, and the crowd is on their feet. Of course, right there backing Andy Liddell. It's a guy that's a coach for the team, so you know he has all the respect of all of his fighters.
Yeah, hometown favorite and such a nice guy. Unless you're in the ring against him.
Sure, I wouldn't want to do that. Casey, remember we're doing it all over again in February. February 28th. Here at the Eston Sports Academy, and I can't wait to see what Gary Bell has in store for us in that matchup.
Always a surprise, and I can't wait for this next bout, the main event, the Grand Prix Finals.
Not over yet. Andy Liddell spamming those spinning elbows, or spinning back fists rather. Things getting a little wild here at the end of round number 2.
Liddell slowing down a little bit, perhaps knows he's up on the card. Up in round 2 with that big knockdown.
Yeah, I think he took 1 and 2 for sure. And Morehouse, he's got a task. He's got it to do, Casey, and I don't know that he has it in him. We'll find out. What a great night here. As you see our beautiful ring girls. First time I've made mention of the ring girls. That's strange.
That's very strange for you. Usually all over it, my friend.
Yeah, well. Easy on the verbiage there. I'm not usually all over it, but I usually talk about it all.
Fight's done.
Oh, Morehouse doesn't
Fight's done.
Andy Liddell.
Too much damage. Andy Liddell dominant, and the crowd is nuts.
He's got that belt for a reason, Casey.
Contender Gold goes home with Andy Liddell tonight.
What a win.
Well, Casey, the time has come. It's time to knuckle up and throw down the finals of the 70 kg Pro Grand Prix. This one's going to rattle the Eston Sports Academy to its foundation.
It's all on the line as Angola's Ronaldo Santos and Holland's Ojan Massoud return to the ring for the second time tonight to crown the Contender Promotions Pro Grand Prix champion. Contender Promotions World 4 Grand Prix Tournament rules. For the finals, we have 3 3-minute rounds. If we have a draw after the third, the fight will go to an automatic sudden death 4th round to determine the winner.
Oh yeah, this is what we've been waiting for. 70 kg max tournament, the big finals. Ojin Masoud taking on Ronaldo Santos. This is what it all comes down to, Casey.
Both looked spectacular earlier tonight in their wins, and it's all the marbles right now.
You got that right.
Here.
Just think what it's going to do for their career to take home this 4-man tournament for Contender Promotions. It's huge.
All right, here we go. It's Holland versus Angola, Europe versus Africa. Tonight in the main event at Contender Promotions.
In the red and brown is Masoud, and in the black is Santos, and Santos is pouring
Santos
it on.
is all over it, man.
Ooh.
We've talked about it before. The contrast of styles makes such a big impact here.
Ooh, Masoud, we've seen both these fighters very strong in round 1 of their fight. Let's see who's going to take round 1 in this one. If he even gets out of round.
Both have already gone 3 rounds tonight.
You're right.
So no advantage there.
No, not at all. They've both been through an entire fight earlier on tonight. 9 minutes of nonstop action. And that's a long 9 minutes. Probably feels like a lifetime to these guys.
For me, I feel like that Ronaldo Santos may be the more, the faster athlete.
Sure.
I think that Masoud is more of the technician.
Sure.
He puts his hands and his feet together very well. When his combinations start to flow, he looks very good.
Well, I'll tell you, if there's any precursor, of course, the semifinal matches, then just some of the fights we've seen tonight, wow. I mean, you know this main event's probably going to live up to all of that.
It's already lived up to it. These guys are already throwing for the fences. Anything can happen here tonight at Contender.
Of course, our big sponsors, Renault, the Grosvenor Casino, where we're heading here for the after party directly following the fight. 2 of our big main sponsors here for Contender. Really
Cyrus, I just hope you have some money left for McDonald's on your way home.
That's right.
Because you hit the casino, it's not a good, a good prospect for you.
Well, I usually hurt my family's finances when I get to the casino, to be honest with you. And here we go. Ronaldo Santos, nice knee and right hand combination.
A little bit unorthodox there, leading with that knee, stepping over with the overhand right.
Hey, but if it works, that's all that matters. How about it? Round number 1 in the final, 70 kg max. Kick for kick, they're answering.
Those kicks from Masoud are so hard. They smack so loud.
They do. Masoud there, just kind of stalking, doing what he should do. Having that control of the ring, that goes a long way in the eyes of the judges. Remember earlier.
Yeah, Santos getting pushed back a little bit here.
Santos earlier took that decision. He takes a slip right there, and it was very strange because it was a draw, and they had to go ahead and declare a winner.
Well, it was very close because you had that standing 8 count, which was very questionable. And then Santos came on in rounds 2 and 3. Are we going to see that again? Very possible.
Daniel Sam, of course, right there with Santos. We said before, Daniel Sam, you know, one of the biggest pickups for Contender Promotions in that super heavyweight division, and we can't wait to see him make his debut. Very unfortunate we couldn't see it tonight. I know he was ready.
Yeah, it was a big deal to have Daniel Sam here in the house.
No doubt. He's a superstar, he really is. And as you look over to the other corner there of Ojin Masoud, just a great fighter, fighting out of Holland. In the Scorpio Gym, you can see his cornerman there and his coach. This is a big opportunity for him, and it's really going to go a long way in his career. Contender Promotion, we said it before, February 28th, that's coming up, 2015. Then, of course, Fighting Stars in Dublin, Ireland. And who knows who they're going to pick up there.
Oh, absolutely. You know, we saw him in Amsterdam last year. That was great in Holland. And they did big things there. They've got 5-star qualifier events going on all over the world, literally the world in 2015. So I'm just anxious to see what happens, see all the wonderful talent, the homegrown talent that is from Contender Promotions.
Right. Wow, a big wild swing there from Massoud. Now that was very questionable because they tried to break him up.
Look at this, both coaches jumping to the apron in protest for their fighters.
Daniel Sam getting heated. I don't want that big man getting mad. Jeez. Wow. It's going to take 3 or 4 people to hold him down, even if that would work. Now what happened there, you saw Massoud took a big swing and a miss. They stopped the fight. And then you saw Santos coming in there and landed a few shots that he shouldn't have. You know, it was in the heat of battle. I don't know that it was intentional, but it definitely got things heated.
A little drama here in the Contender Promotions
we wouldn't want it any other
event. But I'll tell you what, the drama doesn't matter. All that matters is leather to lips.
Brother, you better save the drama for your mom.
Put the leather to the lips. As you say, what is it? Shut up and throw down?
Yeah, or
once upon a time.
Yeah, once upon a time before they started censoring me. You're right. It was shut up and throw down, and that's what we want to see. We want to see Daniel Sam get down off the apron so we can continue this fight.
You tell him to get down.
I will not. I will not. Santos getting a nice needed rest. I would expect both these fighters, once this thing continues, are going to come out with a head full of steam. Oh, Massoud, a little angry. You can see it in his face. He looks mad.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, and he is really just stalking. Put Santos in the corner and trying to take control.
The emotion is taking over now.
Oh, yeah.
The passion, if you will.
He cut the tension with a knife. Love it. Massoud, go to work.
Beautiful catch. Just missing that overhand right.
Really throwing down right there in the middle of the Contender Promotions ring. And Massoud now stalking, trying to take the advantage and implement some offense.
Oh, nice combination there from Angola's favorite son, Ronaldo Santos, hoping to pick up this big Grand Prix title here tonight.
Nice spinning kick right there from Santos, setting up the right hand. Gary Bell has to be absolutely joyous, you know, that this fight has come down to this.
This could be a main event on any card in the world. The fans are absolutely on their feet. They're loving this action.
International.
I'm loving it too.
Oh, you gotta love it. Just a minute left here in round number 2. Almost a minute left. Wow, flying knee from Massoud.
Answered by Ronaldo Santos. Very close round. Too close to call, maybe.
Nice counter from Massoud.
All right, 1 minute left. The judges are watching with a close eye, I'm sure. So the man that comes on strong is going to take it.
Massoud pushing forward. He switches it up. Here comes Santos. If he would just continue and push forward and follow through with his combinations, I think he'd be a lot more effective.
Well, you know, we talk about the reach of Massoud. He's got quite a bit on Santos, but Santos so fast on his feet, when he starts to slow down, that's when he's in danger. That's when he gets in trouble.
Yeah. 30 seconds left. Round number 2. Round 1 very close to call. Oh, nice kick to the body from Massoud. I think he stayed a little bit more busy in this round, and that definitely is going to help him out in a fight that's been kind of up in the air here. The busier fighter usually gets the round.
Well, it's been 5 rounds for each of these fighters tonight.
Final seconds here, and we'll see Santos throwing a few strikes. And that is round 2 in the books.
Very close. Very close. I think Massoud took that round. He probably took the first round, but if the judges saw it differently in either round, then it means Massoud needs to come out and really assert himself as well in round 3.
Once again, Daniel Sam barking out instructions here as you see the team for Ajin Massoud, and got to make up for last time.
You can do that tonight at the casino. But right now, we have a huge main event going down here in the Eston Sports Academy. It's for all the stakes right here, man.
I believe that whoever takes the 3rd and final round is probably going to win this fight. It really seems like that. We don't know the scorecards, of course, but it's so up in the air. You want to believe that whoever takes the 3rd round is going to win this fight. Wow.
Brad Conway regulating as always.
That's right.
Got a little heated earlier. He had to take control.
He had to try to take control of Daniel Sam. Conway, I think, can probably hold his own for a little
It's
while.
nonstop with you and Daniel Sam, bro. He's going to catch you back in the locker room later tonight, and you're going to be in some serious heat.
Yeah, we have an unintentional low blow grazing the crotch area of Ronaldo Santos. Holland versus Angola. And now Santos going to take a break here and stretch it out a little bit, make sure everything's intact.
But that's okay. We're going to see him come out with a head of steam. No better way to close out a night of action and a big third round.
Sure. ContenderPromotions.co.uk. That's where you're going to find all the information for our upcoming events, like our February 28th card here in Middlesbrough.
All right, here we go.
Nice kicks from Masoud. Ooh. Answering very well is Masoud, the more significant striker.
Santos real hesitant to step in on that kick because he just as easily transitions straight into a knee. And if that hits the jaw, curtains, my friend.
See you later. Good night. Here we go. Breaking him up, 2 minutes left. Is this thing going to get out of round number 3, or are we going to have another nice KO?
Masoud pinpoint with those strikes, particularly those leg kicks.
Jim Masoud has maybe done enough so far. A minute and a half left. We know Santos has heavy hands.
The Dutch gladiator, Ojin Masoud.
He's going to have to stay busy, though, Santos. He's going to have to really step up his striking and go to work here if he wants a chance. Masoud been the much busier fighter, the more aggressive fighter, more control of the ring. If I had to stop it right now, I'd give it to Masoud, so that means Santos has to pick it up.
Definitely. All right, 1 minute mark. Are we going to see it? What are we going to see in this last minute?
We can see Santos come back, or we can see Masoud continue to dominate.
Santos still moving backwards. That's not a good sign. Masoud in complete control.
Wow, here comes Santos again. Trying to counter, but has he done enough?
Again, I still believe he is very hesitant to move forward on those kicks. Oh, a big knockdown!
Wow, and Masoud hits the deck.
I said it, Cyrus, this last minute. What are we going to see? Can Masoud get back up?
Oh.
The fight is done! Santos is your Grand Prix champion!
It's over. What a finish to this Grand Prix.
What a shock, and look at this. Daniel Sam is elated. What a shocking upset. I thought it was Masoud for sure. And then a huge shot. Oh my gosh, by Santos, this has been an outstanding bout.
Big thanks to ThaiBoxingStore.co.uk, Renault, Grosvenor Casino, UK Player Traders, AWM, Long Hill Environmental, SC Henderson, Bell's Property Solutions, and of course Arena Combat, our next event. It'll be February 28th in Middlesbrough. Cyrus Feast, Casey Oxenide. What a
See you
night.
next time on Contender Promotions. What a knockout. Ronaldo Santos stops Ojin Masoud to claim the Contender Promotions 70 kg Pro Grand Prix title.
That was a dirty dozen contender right there, Casey. What a great way to close out a great night of fights, and we're going to keep rolling into 2015. Mark your calendars, January 17th, as our Fight Stars Talent Search travels to Dublin, Ireland. Then it's back here to the Eston Sports Academy, February 28th, for another live Contender Promotions event.
And it's a new year with more big hits and killer knockouts like only Gary Bell and Contender Promotions can deliver. But for now, it's time to hit the streets of Middlesbrough for the after party. And partner, I dress to impress.
Oh, Lord, he's got the hoodie. Looking good, Casey. We'll see you next year with more Contender Promotions action.